Yeah, it's different. I like it
Good.
because now you don't even have to like forget to tell people. It's just burned into their brains.
Yeah, and my screen. So good morning.
Morning.
How was your weekend, Mr. Nova?
It was great until I found a mouse in my house or in the wall. He's in the wall. I can hear him scratching around at night. He sleeps during the day
Mm,
apparently. Or in
yeah,
there
that
in the night.
sucks.
So I'm gonna have to start cutting holes.
Wait, does he come out at night to eat?
I don't think he can come out. I just hear him like going through the walls or trying to get in. So I think he got in
Mm.
somewhere and can't get like into the cabin. So he came from the outside between the two walls, like this wall. So I'm gonna start peeling some of these off and go find them.
Oh man, that sounds dangerous.
Last thing I want is mice babies.
Giggity. Good morning, Sibreb.
Good morning.
Paul. Um, if you have a doctor telling you it will kill him, I don't know what's happening. Check Good
Oh,
Morning
we were
Squad.
having a talk about milk and how they were quitters.
Who's a quitter?
All the people that the doctor told them not to drink milk or they'll die.
Oh, well, it'll give you diabetes if you drink a massive amounts.
That's me.
You do?
Oh yeah, man, too much. Like
How much milk do you drink a week?
a week, I drink like a liter a day minimum.
Okay, how many
Two
liters are in
gallons
a
a week.
gallon?
You see, 2 gallons.
1 gallon a week?
Yeah, 4 liters in a gallon. So gallon and a
So
half a
you
week,
drink 2 gallons a week.
just about.
Do you have diabetes?
I don't know. I'm still
I
here.
think
I'm
you'd
not
know.
fat.
I think you'd
I haven't
know. I'm
had
pretty
anything
sure like your
amputated
feet
yet.
start falling off or something.
No, no, I'm not swollen. I'm not getting injected and stuff. We're good. I'm actually saving up. I'll prove it. I'll show you guys. I'll take a picture. I don't know when, but I will. I keep all of my jugs, the milk jugs, because I'm going to give them to my nephew, and he's going to build an igloo out of them. So what you do is you take all your 4 liter milk jugs because they're white.
Are they glass?
Nope, plastic.
I
Just like
hate you.
your 4 liter water jugs. Don't you guys have the same ones?
I don't know about liters. You're just not speaking my
Oh,
language.
hold on, I'll show you. I got one
Okay,
right.
thank you. So, do you guys notice my overlay here? I
This
learned
thing,
that's a gallon of milk. Okay.
that's a gallon. Yeah. So I keep all my empty jugs because my nephew is 7, so I'm going to help him build an igloo. So what you do is you take all these jugs and you put them outside before a big snowfall, but you build them into an igloo. And then when it snows, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, your whole thing looks like a homemade igloo.
I mean,
It's the
how
we don't have the
how do
snow
you
here to build it a real igloo. You have to have special snow for an igloo.
I'm having such a hard time hearing you. I'm looking at you talking. You said you have to have a special what?
Igloo.
I know that part. You have to know how to build it, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, you have
Glue
to have special
for
snow
you?
to build an igloo.
Oh,
You can't just
so
use normal snow. It has to be igloo snow.
so are you just make a mound of the plastic things, or do you actually
Yeah,
have
you
to
just build
build
you build
a
your
structure?
circle, and then you line another one up, build another one a little closer, and just like a pyramid, but you build them out of milk jugs. And then when it snows, the kids have a homemade igloo without the
How do they
dangers.
stick together?
They just fill them with snow or water or something so they don't blow around.
Oh, they're full.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
not with
whatever.
milk though.
A job well done. Good morning, I meant to say. They said yellow snow.
But don't eat that.
That's the lemonade type. Nova had the wrong mic selected in StreamYard. Do you think that's the problem? Because I'm having a hard time
Me?
understanding him.
Mine? I can check. I don't think so. Let me see. Settings. Audio. Oh yeah. Oh, that's speakers. Microphone. Good catch. How's this one? That's way better.
Yeah, give it a second to like auto.
Much more better. No, it was on my default camera cheap ass mic. Now we should be good.
I can actually understand your words now, so that's good. It's a little quiet, but maybe it'll figure
Oh,
itself
I
out.
figured you would have went back and like, no, I can hear you too much. Go back to the other mic.
Perfect. This is good. I can understand your words now. That must have been it. It was I definitely Okay, I thought it was me. Before this
See,
show,
chat is
I
the
was
IT
trying to
department.
change my headphones and everything because I couldn't fucking understand this kid.
Everybody
Okay.
in chat, you can put on your resume that you work IT for Divinity Said Show.
Yeah. Yep. IT department.
References you can buy.
Yeah, from us. We
Yeah.
also sell
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, super chats, you can buy your references.
Good
Actually, here
morning,
you go. So
beautifully.
when I used to work at this pulp and paper plant and we knew it was going out of business. So we all like kind of made up stories about our job resumes. So we were each other's references. Oh yeah, I'm Bill from the plant. He's a great worker. I don't hate to lose him. Like, so it was just us being each other's references for the whole thing.
Wow. Because there was no one to call anymore after the company went out.
Right.
How does that work? You just have to believe someone that
Yeah,
they
I was
work
a
somewhere?
supervisor. Yeah, I was a supervisor at the plant. It was a shame I went down. He was the hardest worker. If I was going to start my own business, I would have had him. Like,
You would know, you just make shit up. We're aware. If we know anything about Canadians, it's that.
we're
I
polite, but
might
we're
need a banner.
devious.
Who's devious?
Canadians.
Oh. Oh no, it's kind of interfering with my cool overlay. I'm
What
gonna have
is?
to
Oh,
fix
my
that.
banner.
I mean, you could read everything, but still, my banner.
I'll just get some Bristol paper board and write it up here. Neon lights. I'll get a little neon light sign. Canadian arrow pointing down.
That's a great idea. Please do that. Sib said that's a great overlay look, or the overlay looks great, Div. I learned this from your show because at one point your brother had something on the screen and you're like, "Oh, let me take this off." And my brain went, "Take what off? What's happening?" And I realized what was happening and you might have even called it an overlay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I
telling
think
my
they have an
friends this.
overlay guy. I think they have like a guy.
I don't
Like a
think you need a guy. I think you just have to understand what the word overlay means because it clicked for me yesterday. I was like,
no, I think he like makes like cool ones.
overlay,
I
light
think he
bulb.
makes cool ones for them.
Oh, does he? Okay, well
I think so, or I'm just making it up.
well, this is what I came up with. Let me see if I did any other ones. But so I appreciate you. I learned that what an overlay was this weekend. And now everyone has to know we do a show Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m. and on Thursdays at 6 p.m. And that's where I am
Booyah.
at on X, on here, and on YouTube.
So
So
is Odyssey dead now? Is it bankrupt or did somebody buy it? I heard it was like in trouble. Because you used to post to
I can
Odyssey
Google
too,
it.
didn't you?
YouTube will automatically post my videos there. So if these videos aren't getting posted there, that's what's happening. It just did not set up to do it.
Gotcha.
So I still use Odyssey if it works. I think I went there the other day. As far as I know, it still works. I lost 2 subs over the weekend because I don't know.
Who did you upset? Who was offended? What
I
did you
must have
say?
said
It's
something
obviously
during the
your fault.
Sib Rep show. Maybe they realized that I play World of Warcraft and I'm Horde, and they're like, "Fuck you."
Oh yeah, yeah. No.
Yeah, it's a little grimy. Okay, that's
World of
basically the
Warcraft
update.
stopped being good after the third one.
What?
The see, you're not in the know. The first three were the best ones.
The
The
first
original
three.
from the late '90s.
What are we talking about? What is
World
World
of
of Warcraft in
Warcraft.
you, to your brain? We're talking about a
World.
game
Yeah, yeah.
from the late 90s? Okay, so I didn't start playing until 2005, maybe
Oh
5. I thought
wow.
it just came out in like 2004 or 5. 3.
No, I think that was more the interactive online version, but you could
Well,
buy
there
the
was
actual.
Warcraft and then
Yes.
there's World of Warcraft.
Oh no, you're right. Yes, yes. I had only Warcraft in my mind. You're right.
Okay. I played World of Warcraft. I'm not gay. So you were probably right. Those probably did suck, and that's why they replaced it with the World.
Hey, good morning, inappropriate
Good morning, inappropriately
and
said.
beautiful and Vicky. Look, they all slid in together on the same bus.
The short bus could fit 3 of them.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but it's your sister.
To be clear, Vicky, I didn't do anything for Div. She did her own work. I'm letting Nova know I'm my own overlay guy. Oh,
Ah,
okay.
okay, nice. My bad, my bad. So there is an overlay guy.
It's
it's
Paul,
it's
yeah.
just you.
He's pretty dope at it. Yeah, it's I used Canva. I've been using Canva for like everything recently. It's actually fucking amazing. And it's only $10 a month, so
What's it called?
Canva, it's
Oh,
just a website. And so I
Never
can do
heard.
my Canva projects here and log in on my laptop and have all my Canva projects right there. So I don't have to transfer anything over. I can work on them all. The
Oh,
website saves
nice.
it. It is nice because they have templates for everything. And I'm not, I can do shit, but I'm not creative.
I know
I
what you
hate
mean.
to
Yeah.
say that, but like I need to look at a bunch of shit and then go, okay, I'm going to do that, this, and
I want a
this,
piece of this template. I want some of this template, and I want to like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I could generally figure out how to do it, but I need someone to like put a base out for me to look at.
yeah.
Okay.
Once you build one, then you're like, okay, I know how to build.
Well, no, I would still probably go back to templates and be like, okay, I need, even though fundamentally I know it's the same thing as making a thumbnail. Like
True.
this is all that is. I just had to have a transparent background,
Yeah.
which Canva does. It'll take a background out of a video, anything. It's wonderful. It's a
I'll have
great
to
tool
check
to
it
have.
out.
Yeah, like okay, so I have this one thing. Oh, the video I did for filicide, the moms who murder.
Yes.
So I wanted a pregnant lady and I wanted her belly to be a cemetery. So they have this cool tool where you just tell it where you want something. So I like selected her belly and I said put a cemetery here. And then AI generated 4 different images and I'd be like yes no, but it integrates it perfectly. Like
Oh,
you know what I mean?
wow.
It blended it, it kept the bow around it. I was like, "Oh, I love this."
Yeah, I'll have to
Totally worth
check
the
it out and go
money.
play with it.
Yeah, you can do it'll give you a 30-day trial usually, I think. So,
Per email, so I can use it forever for free.
well,
That's what we used to
probably.
do with Netflix. It was just free 30 days. So we just changed emails every month.
Um, did someone have a question? We have a question for my sister.
Oh,
Maybe when we were on Sibrev's show, we had a question for her. I
did I
don't
write it
remember.
down?
She just messaged me and she said, "Is there was a question for me last show." There's probably a lot of questions. We're kind of idiots. Okay, I couldn't find my chapstick or anything. I've been robbed. So, was that your chapstick? Wow, how gay.
Just rub it in her face. Just rub it in her
This makes
face.
me feel better about everything. I did Mommy's Marvel intro using it. It's really good. It's good software. I have a subscription to it as well. It sure
Nice.
makes everything easy. I was doing everything like
Winging
not
it.
good before that.
That's just your
Winging it.
growing. That's just your growth. You got to have the bad
Yeah.
before you get into the good.
Well, I just couldn't for the life of me think about paying for it. Like I paid for StreamYard last July, and when it came to this July, they're like, "All right, $250." I'm like, "Fuck this. Why what
Ooh.
was wrong with me that I paid for this last time this came around? I don't want to do this." So then like everything else I'm like, "Do I really want this or do I not?" So,
Yeah, I
I
wonder if
do more
Rumble's
about it.
gonna put theirs out for free when they finally get all the bugs worked out. Because Rumble's coming up with their own one now.
Their own streaming service
StreamYard,
or something.
StreamYard competitor. Yeah,
Hmm. And is it beta? Is that why not everyone can do it, or we just have to know how to get there?
I think it's beta. I think they reached out to like certain people and said, "Hey, can you try this and tell us what's wrong with it?" I
Hmm.
saw it on Eric Huntley's channel myself.
There was a question for you for last time, sis, but I don't remember what it was. Squabble remembers. Dang it.
As soon as we end the show, everybody will remember what the question was.
The only thing I can think about is milk and diabetes. I didn't know they were related. Morning, first shot.
Good morning.
Um,
Yeah, I bit the bullet. I finally paid for YouTube Premium because Foxfire let me down after years of dedicated service and blocking the ads and the commercials.
congrats.
I still feel bad about it.
No, what? It actually is better for the creators you watch to be a premium
That's true.
member.
That's why I think you're the one that tipped me over the scale to finally like just do it.
Yeah, I mean, the no ads is a big deal. The being able to download, did you notice the download button?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, now you can download videos. Now you basically that was always a
I
question
just
when
screen record them.
yeah, that's what I still do also because I don't understand really the download function because where do I find it? You find it online in your downloads. I'm like, well, what the fuck? What if I'm
Yeah,
not
I
a
want.
premium member? Am I still gonna have
Yeah.
access to these downloads? I want to download them.
No, as soon as you stop paying, then all your downloads disappear. I found that with who just did that to me?
That's
Oh,
annoying.
Google. Was it Google? I had like bought extra storage for like a year and then it expired and I didn't renew it. They're like, yeah, so now you can't access anything in your account. Oh no, it was Proton Mail. That's who it was. So Proton Mail, it's free for the basic version, and then I upgraded because I wanted more access and more storage. And then when that expired, they wouldn't even let me check my free emails anymore without paying. I'm like, that's dirty. You should have just let me drop back down to the free version. But now they're like, nope, you're not paying anymore, so you can't even check your own free emails like you used to. It's like sneaky.
There it is. Well Done said the YouTube premium downloads don't play if you're offline though. I know, like what the shit?
Yeah, that's stupid. Then
What's
it's
the
not really a
fucking point?
download
Then it's
button. It's
just a
just like a
video.
saved playlist.
Yeah, it's just a playlist. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But then, but if you own it, now you have a copy. So when it comes to copyright law, like
Oh, how does that work
I
on
bought
YouTube?
to download it. I mean, you paid you as a premium membership to download it. Now you download it. Now it's yours to play with, right?
I don't think because if I buy a CD, I can't just upload like the music CD because that's copyright, even though I bought the CD. Like if I bought, I don't know, Nickelback was playing it in the background here, and I could have the receipt for my Nickelback CD, YouTube's still gonna strike me.
They shouldn't though, because that's not what the copyright is designed to protect.
But they
That's
will.
YouTube's computer doing fucking extra. That fly just got here. It's not dead. Right before this
I
show,
told you,
I
you got to squish
beat
them.
this fly's life out of it, I thought, but here he
That's
is
his.
back. He just
That's the
landed on my
flies.
hand just to be an asshole. He's like, I'm fucking back.
Yeah,
You
this is
can't
how
get
cocky
me.
I am. I know you're live now.
Damn.
You can't fuck with me.
He's mad. Well, Nova's like, if you only knocked him silly, he's gonna have vengeance. So he's first mad because I turned all these lights on. So he's like, what? I was sleeping. Well, sorry. Okay, let's get into the show. Today we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about we're gonna do some lazy boy lawyering. We're gonna talk about um first, you know what? First we'll talk about P. Diddy only because, you know, the girl Cassie was able to file those charges against him that we didn't really talk about
Yes.
because of that New York law. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. I forgot what it's called. Adult Protection Act. So they did this thing where if you were sexually assaulted or whatever, and the statute of limitations had closed, they opened up a 1 year, they called it a look back window, so that you could look back for the next year and see if you were a victim and you could bring civil charges only, not criminal.
Wow,
So
that's weird.
that's what happened. That's what was going on in New York. Well, that just expired on Thursday at midnight. So on Wednesday, Diddy got 2 more lawsuits. Cuomo got
Jesus.
a lawsuit. Yeah, the mayor
That.
of the current mayor of New York, something Adams, got a lawsuit under this act.
Oh
The
yeah, I heard about something about Adams being having issues or accusations against him.
yeah, it's so the girl who filed the accusations against Cuomo was supposedly, of the 11 that he lost his job for that were investigated, she was the most credible one. But because I don't know what, but the district attorney or the lawyer said that she wasn't going to be able to prove the charges criminally beyond a reasonable doubt. That she believed her, that she was credible, but she didn't think she could get those charges to stick, so they dropped those charges. And he still ended up resigning. You know what's interesting is that there's this guy who sued the girl. Here it is. Her name is Brittany Oh, let me share this. Her name is Brittany. This is the girl that just sued Cuomo under the Adult
Who's
Protection Act.
Sergey?
This fucking Sergey guy. Okay, I did that. I'm like, well, who's Sergey? He is the most sue happy individual ever. If he could just get on TV, we would probably love this guy. But he's an idiot. All of
Is
his
he a
shit
lawyer or just an idiot?
both, that sounds like. No, I don't think he's a lawyer. He doesn't really do very well in any of his lawsuits.
Like I could see someone like doing the sue happy thing if you were a lawyer yourself, so it's not out of pocket. But
sued her on the behalf of the state of New York for $500,000 because her accusations led to him being fired or resigning, which meant they had to do a new governor race, and that's her fault. He's like, that was money that we shouldn't have had to pay.
oh my,
they're like,
can
you don't get to
people do
sue
that?
us.
Sue on behalf of the
No, this was
government? I was gonna
dismissed.
say that does.
But if you look up this guy's name, there are tons of lawsuits, shit just like this. Anyways,
Send him Mercator's way.
she's suing him because of that. No, she's not suing him. The girl in this, Brittany, is suing Cuomo.
Yes.
So I wasn't going to talk much about the P. Diddy thing. I mean, he settled with Cassandra and the other two cases came out. So I did think that was interesting. Is that because they think that he will settle? Is, like,
Is that
we'll
like the
see.
fashion thing to do now? Just settle as fast as possible?
Well, I wonder if he regrets settling now because, like you said, maybe he just settled to save money. And now he's like, fuck, now do you really save money? Because I don't know.
It's like a
It's interesting.
catch-22 in the dark.
Yeah, I don't have those other complaints. I just have the one from
Is there really
Cassandra.
a trigger warning on a legal document?
Dude, I don't know where that came from, but for real, it's there. I don't know if it was like naturally there or I don't know where I got this.
Wouldn't it be on almost every document?
If it was, you mean like they would have it somewhere in the, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
It might just be the digital version.
Oh, true. That could be. I don't remember exactly where I got this. But you're right, it does have a trigger warning. Now, we're not going to go through this. I just wanted to bring up the fact that New York law where they could bring sexual assault charges or rape, or there are 3 different things. I had a PDF for this. Let me see if I can find it.
So it's only 1 year past the statute. What's the statute of limitations for rape or sexual assault? It's going to be like 10 or 15 years, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the statute, I have it somewhere.
No, it can't be that long because memories.
Yeah, it's 20 years. One
20
of them is
years.
20 years for like rape. One of them is 10 years for something degree sexual assault, and then another one isn't that long. It's only like a year or something. I thought I had created a PDF for this. Let me see if I can find it.
It's weird. Then you just add one more like buffer year.
No, it's not a buffer year. It's a year. I don't know. Buffer year is the right way to call that. Hate ads.
Might not be the right word.
But it's a full year to look back. So if your shit happened 20 plus years ago, the statute of limitations has closed. You're looking back a couple decades,
Yeah. I don't know if that's fair, is it?
Well, New York did a kids version of this before the adults version. I wish I had it. I made a whole PDF for this and I just lost it. Oh well, sorry, chat. But they did a kids version for it where the kids could, if you're a victim during childhood, you could come back.
I see that one stretching that one because they're kids and it takes them 10 years to mature enough to know what's going on yet.
I think there's a organization called, I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's this. Certain offenses notwithstanding. This is the act. This is when they introduced it. But there's some organization that did the research on the timelines and why some traumas like that, I don't know if it's in here, might take more time to
manifest
or something. I don't really exactly know.
Well, maybe if you're like something happened as a kid and then you finally go to therapy for 5 years and realize, I could see that.
What does it say? Certain sexual offense actions, notwithstanding any provisions of law which impose a period of limitations to the contrary, and the provisions of any other law pertaining to the filing of a notice of claim or a notice of intention to file a claim as a condition precedent to commencement of an action or special proceeding, every civil claim or cause of action brought against any party alleging intentional or negligent acts of omission by person or physical. Okay, that's not going to say it. Anyways.
Is New York just trying to do a rainbow in their legal papers now? This is new.
Maybe.
It's the Christmas season.
Yeah. So that was it. The last day for the Adult Protection Act was midnight on Thanksgiving. There were several cases. You know what I almost wanted to do? I didn't do it because I was so freaking tired last night. But I wanted to go to the AI and ask the AI about this, if it could just do the work for me and go figure
Oh
out how
yeah.
many things were claimed during this time. I don't even know if New York courts make that possible, but wouldn't that be interesting to see what the results of that were? Um, that's it. Okay, there's one other thing before we get into Upchurch. Probably we won't even do Upchurch because Media Matters is a lot with
Oh,
the
I got a
Musk.
question.
Yeah.
So she settled, right? So she gets a big, I don't know how much money. Say we'll just make it up, 10 million.
Cassandra. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I assume that they settle. Would she have to sign a no talking about this from this day forward now?
An NTAT, a no talking about this. Yeah,
And then
probably.
and then if she did, so like a year from now, she's like, yeah, I'm going to talk about the case, blah, blah, blah. Can she then lose all that money?
I would assume there's an NDA, and I would, if she violates it, then that's probably one of the terms. Yeah.
Social media is going to fuck a lot of these people who win these big settlements.
What do you mean?
Well, I think people can't keep their mouth shut a lot of the time.
Possibly. Okay, so Cardi B says AI is crazy. Shaking my head. Another lawsuit that fell right into my lap. I love easy money. So this isn't necessarily a lawsuit yet. It will be. But someone made an ad using AI Cardi B voice to sell some. I don't know what this is. Let me share this with you. Can you see this? Okay.
Yes.
Prepare for Cardi B's voice, I think.
Yo, it's your girl Cardi, and I'm gonna show you how to put $16,000 in your pocket right now for free. So pay attention. The state's handing out these stacks to every single one of y'all. You don't even need a job. It's all part of a stimulus style program to help Americans get back on their feet. They're sending out these health spending cards reloaded with that green every single month. Picture this, your rent.
Okay.
They're doing it with Elon Musk. I've been getting YouTube recommendations from an AI Elon Musk saying, buy this now, you'll triple your money. I'm like, YouTube's pushing it because it's in the YouTube ad box window
What do you think about that?
as a verified account. So
This
YouTube
doesn't even sound like Cardi B for the record.
I wouldn't know what she sounds like.
You can't tell that's not her?
Yo, it's your girl Cardi, and I'm gonna show you how to put $16,000 in your pocket right now for free. So pay.
They have like her breathing right, which sounds like a dumb thing to say. I wish I didn't say that. But like her nasally, like there's something that's missing
Tiny
here.
B. I don't know. I can't do it, but yeah.
Anyways, Cardi B gonna get the money. So wait, are you not how does that work? Does she own the sound of a voice that's similar to hers?
That's a crazy question, right? So like Sparky doing Medicare, does Medicare own his voice, or does Sparky own the digital animated voice?
Sparky just showed up in chat.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
The world's not real. Good morning, Sparky. We have a question. So Cardi B says she's gonna sue this AI maker. Well, they actually say, hey, this is Cardi B. I'm pretty sure that's how it starts, right? It's your girl Cardi B. Let me hear.
Right.
Yo, it's your girl Cardi, and I'm gonna show you how to.
It's your girl Cardi.
With her picture and a voice that sounds really the same. So your question was for Sparky, like, is he impersonating him? Could he get in trouble?
Yeah, like does Cardi own her own voice? And if the person who copied Cardi's voice, can they be sued for stealing her voice, so to speak? I don't know. It's weird.
Right.
Because laws are being written like crazy now. Like, because the internet's so new, they're just writing them on the fly as they go. It's like, because I saw Elon's on my YouTube as a verified account when it's doing kind of the same thing, and Elon's pretending to like invest, you'll quadruple your money in 60 days, blah, blah, blah. But it's not Elon. You can tell it's not Elon, but a lot of people are dumb and couldn't tell. So can Elon sue YouTube, or does Elon have to sell that verified party? Like, I wonder who gets.
I wonder how hard it is to do Elon's voice. I bet it's easy. I had a brain malfunction in the middle of that. But Elon seems like an easy voice to copy because he doesn't have a lot to it. Just a lot of weird pausing.
And he talks a lot, so you can mash them together.
He said I can explain better in voice.
Okay. Who gets sued?
So I don't think we're gonna go there. We can circle back to
Circle
this
back. We'll Jen
if
Psaki it.
if for some reason these other PDFs don't take all day, but they're gonna take all day. I think. Adult Protection Acts. So Sparky, I don't know what your day looks like, but if you're here in the next hour and a half and we decide that we're crazy and want to keep going, then we'll ask you all the AI questions. Squabble said he sold his voice to that devil. If you're not subscribed to Squab, you should go subscribe on YouTube because he's not lying right now. I think he sold his face as well. Okay. 25 Elon Musk impersonation scams on social. That's that people actually
Oh,
fall
I wonder if
for.
that's what I was talking about.
It's trying to capitalize on Musk's name. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna leave this up. So if we end up going here, we'll have that up. I'll leave Cardi B stuff up. In the Upchurch case, which we might get to, we might not, there was a motion to dismiss and a reply to that motion to dismiss.
Nice. I feel bad for Ryan.
What? Why? He's crazy. Have you been watching him?
Not lately, but I don't know. I think he means well. I think he cares about like community, small community. And I think everyone around, especially your mom and dad that fuck you over. I think that's the worst fucking betrayal.
Yeah. I do agree. My son is awake. He's probably looking for his elf on a shelf. He ain't in here. I agree with you. I do think he has good intentions. Hold on a second.
That's probably why everyone wants to attack him, because he's too nice.
I have to pause for a second. I'll be right back.
Do your thing. Yeah. So Ryan's mom was supposed to be helping Ryan handle and manage his money, but what she did in the background was buy houses in other people's names so Ryan wouldn't find them, like $500,000 homes and shit. And there's like, here, you put it in it'd be like me having a kid and I'm gonna get Div to put it in her name so my kid can't find out that I bought it with his money. It's crazy. And then Ryan's mom was trying to sue Ryan, I think for defamation, but then she was complaining to the judge that her lawyer is actually Ryan's lawyer, even though Ryan pays her. So she's like, it's a conflict of interest because my lawyer is Ryan's lawyer. And Ryan's lawyer's like, no, she has nothing to do with me. I'm not her lawyer. I don't help her. Yeah, but you were my lawyer. He's like, no, I was Ryan's lawyer for Ryan's company, and you were just the manager of his company. So I was never your lawyer. So that was her in court trying to argue that Ryan's the bad guy because he caught her stealing thousands of dollars from her. Like, insane. What's Sparky saying? In short, oh, she's back.
I am back, but my dog caught my eye. He saw me. I made eye contact with his little ass.
Oh no.
So now he's out there asking me questions.
Never make eye contact.
Mm-hmm. In short, the person using her voice doesn't have the okay. They can get in trouble for using their likeness. I know Pippa and Jim is okay with the AI step. That's why I don't use others without their okay. So it's like a version of copyright law.
I think it's got to be. Or could it be defamation because you're trying to like, or maybe entrap me? You could try and trap somebody in a lawsuit. Because there are idiots out there. Because if I saw that ad where Elon's like, buy my coin and you'll quadruple your money, so I take out my life savings and sell my house, and I put all the money into this commercial I saw from a verified account on YouTube and lose it all. Do I sue Elon or do I sue YouTube?
Sue your mother for not aborting you. You're retarded. Just kidding. That's not medical advice. That's damn legal advice. Did you see there was a guy who sued his parents for having him? He wasn't retarded. He was a lawyer.
No, there's a woman. I think we might have went over a long time ago. It was a woman in California sued her parents because she was so ugly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just type in California woman sues parents for ugliness. I thought we might have covered it years ago.
We might have. I don't remember
We
what
would
her
have like
face
just
looks like.
touched it and rolled
She
along.
must not have been that ugly. Not
Oh,
exactly
she,
copyright. It's
she
using
was like
the.
she was ugly.
I would imagine it falls under IP law. Oh, IP law. You probably making a lot of sense with that. All right, my dog got in, so he's gonna not harass us for a minute. Okay, so do you understand what's happening with Media Matters and Elon?
Slightly. I can tell you what I think I know.
Okay.
So I think Media Matters went out and was trying to say there was racism or anti-Semitism on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
except that wasn't. They kind of manufactured it so that they try to make a news article saying that anybody can go on Twitter and find all this anti-Semitic, all this bad stuff. But in reality, the accounts were already like shadow banned or whatever. So normal people, like 99.9% of people on Twitter, would never be able to find it. But Media Matters like copied it themselves and manufactured the whole thing basically. And Elon's like, hey, motherfuckers, I caught you faking all this stuff and fucking the algorithm or do whatever. So now I'm going to expose you because my platform is not that.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I got close.
Yeah. That's
Nice.
basically it. I mean, yeah. So let's read it.
I got my grade 10.
What?
That's a Canadian joke.
Oh.
You have to watch Trailer Park Boys.
I did hear that Trailer Park Boys was pretty funny, but I haven't seen enough of it to know if I
No.
like it, or if I just was in the mood. You know,
The running joke is once they get the grade 10, that's all the education they need. Like their smarters are going to get at grade 10. The rest is just for prepping for university.
Elon Musk for those times when you want to smell smart. Rumble ad. Okay, so this is X. I did think it's interesting, or I do still to the second think it's interesting that X is their corporation is in Nevada. There's
Oh, that's
no
different.
taxes
there-
in Nevada.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Media Matters is in Washington, and some guy named Eric Hananaki. He's the writer. He's a writer. Okay,
So
I highlighted
who
what I'm going to read to
is
you. It's a lot.
Media Matters.
Say it again.
Who is Media Matters? Are they a corporation? Or are they just like DNC trolls? What are they?
They're going to tell us here. Media Matters is a self-proclaimed media watchdog that decided it would not let the truth get in the way of a story it wanted to publish about X. Looking to portray X's social networking platform as being dominated by white nationalists and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, Media Matters knowingly and maliciously manufactured side-by-side images depicting advertisers' posts on X Corp. Is that what we should call it? X Corp's social media platform beside neo-Nazi and white nationalist fringe content, and then portrayed these manufactured images as if they were the typical X user experience on the platform. Media Matters designed both these images and its resulting media strategy to drive advertisers from the platform and destroy X. Let me ask what is Media Matters?
That's like financial. What is that? Defrauding investors? How would that go? Wouldn't just be defamation.
This says Media Matters. Oh, what is Media Matters? Media Matters. God, that's retarded. Media Matters
They're basically
is
like
a
the Anti-Defamation League.
Left-leaning nonprofit founded in 2004 by journalist and political activist David Brock. Do you know who that is?
No, we should find out who he is. I bet he's probably high up in the DNC.
Who is David Brock? Former conservative journalist David Brock, a former conservative journalist, underwent a significant ideological shift during the 90s and became an advocate for liberal causes. His transformation and the creation of Media Matters marked a notable chapter in media criticism and political discourse. All right. That's this guy. He doesn't look very trustworthy. Can you see this?
Oh, he looks sketchy as fuck. Those Harry Potter glasses on an adult male, that's a red flag.
He's been wearing those glasses since he was 4.
Right? They're so small. They're like, do you ever see dried apple dolls? They look like the glasses you put on a dried apple doll.
His peripheral vision is fine is the problem.
Yeah. He just needs enough to see the nipples.
What? Okay, I don't want to know about that. Don't tell me the math on that. Okay, where was I? Back to the lawsuit. Media Matters is a Dem smear group. They have done hit pieces on podcasters for a long time. I think they
Yeah,
were
that's
involved
right.
in getting PewDiePie canceled in the day.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay, they're
How do you go
dicks.
after PewDiePie? Come on.
I have my heater on. Is that causing a lot of sound to come through?
I don't hear it.
Doesn't sound too fuzzy. Okay, I'll stay close to the mic. Media Matters. Okay, they want to basically Elon is saying they want to drive advertisers by saying that it's a hate platform. Plaintiff X operates the X social media platform with over 500 million active monthly users. X facilitates free expression and open discourse by enabling its users to create and share their own content and to message and comment on other users' posts. These posts appear sequentially in users' feeds, which occasionally include paid advertisements, the overwhelming source of X's revenue. I like that it's sequential. When shit starts going
As
out of order, it
opposed
pisses
to
me off. When shit starts getting out of order,
oh yeah.
isn't that what sequential means? Hold on. Damn it, Nova.
Instead of shuffle, yeah. By release date instead of by just a random shuffle.
Sequential. Following order, logical order, or sequence performed, use it in sequence. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that's when I ended up leaving Facebook, is when I was like, my time, how can you call it a timeline and put this bitch out of order? Like, it's a fucking timeline.
Yeah, it was
It
just
was so
shuffled.
frustrating. Okay. Users shape their own experiences on X. Users curate the content of their own feeds by choosing to follow other users, thereby determining which posts are presented to them. Most users are served a variety of content based on an algorithm that takes account of who that user follows and what that user engages with. But X also provides its users with the option to forego algorithmically suggested posts altogether, therefore enabling a user to view only the content that the user chooses to view. I didn't know that. I'd like to figure out how to opt out because I started
right.
using X not too long ago, like as a source of social, and some of the shit I just started muting everyone. I'm like mute. I don't know why they're here. I don't know how they got here. I won't even answer quizzes on the internet anymore because it's starting to because of that my social thinks it fucking knows me. I'm like, what? It does. Okay.
I'd block everything. I don't mute anybody. If I don't want to
You
see it,
just
I just block it.
Yeah, but then there's like, I don't know. That feels
Because
like
then
a
I
lot.
think the algorithm picks up. So if I block like badminton, I think it'll like kind of like filter away badminton from me.
I think you're right.
I hope.
As the most prominent online platform dedicated to hosting free speech, X and its predecessor, Twitter, which feels weird to say, its predecessor? Because
Yeah.
Twitter was its own thing and now X is its own thing. I feel like the
Yeah.
same thing.
That'd be like if the team changed. Just change the name of the teams. Like the previous team, you know.
Yeah, I guess. I guess like then I'm thinking of it in like terms of cars. It's the same car, but it's like its predecessor would be the year before's model.
Oh yeah. No, I think Elon's trying to act like it's a whole different fucking organization now.
It's like the Mustang. X is the Mach E, and Twitter is the actual fucking
Yeah,
truck,
yeah.
you know. Okay. In just the last year, Media Matters has published a series of articles threatening X's relationship with massive multinational advertisers and global publishers, including Amazon, eBay, Major League Baseball, New York Times, Samsung, Sports Illustrated, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Office Depot, I didn't know was still around. Same with Nokia. I guess they're still kicking. And Dish, Bayer, Tyson Foods, Honeywell, Discovery, FanDuel, never heard of you. Thermo Fisher, never heard of you. National Women's Soccer League,
Never heard of you.
not a big fucking problem. I can't imagine that's a big ad sponsor. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Atlanta Falcons, Manchester City, DraftKings, FanDuel again. I guess they're a big problem. T-Mobile and The Athletic. This November alone, Media Matters released over 20 articles and counting, disparaging both X and Elon Musk, a blatant smear campaign. For the last several years, Media Matters has falsely portrayed Twitter, now X, as a risky, unsafe platform for advertisers. Contrary to these efforts, 99% of X's measured ad placement in 2023 has appeared adjacent to content scoring above the Global Alliance for Responsible Media's brand safety floor.
Who the fuck is the Global Alliance?
I didn't even know this was a thing. Hold on. Measured ad placement in 2023 has appeared adjacent to content scoring above the Global Alliance for Responsible Media's brand safety floor.
Adjacent is one of those words the wokies use because they have no connection, they have no link, they have nothing. They're just like, it's adjacent.
Well, adjacent means next to, right?
Right. Has no connection. It's just adjacent.
That's right. Like it really. Okay, let me show something.
Like I'm a serial killer, and my neighbor is adjacent to me. It doesn't mean they did anything wrong. They're just adjacent to me.
Okay, I pulled out the ads from this website, from this lawsuit. At the bottom there, you'll see it. Let me go back. At the bottom here, there is a X placing ads, Amazon, NBA, Mexico, blah blah blah. This is a Media Matters.
There's NBA
link.
in Mexico.
There are probably 4 of these throughout as
Evidence,
footers
proof, yeah.
on these and sources. So what I did is I just went to there, and saved all of the images so that you guys could look at them.
Nice.
Together. So this is, not easy to look at, but you can definitely get the gist. Like you probably can't see any of this small shit. Maybe I can make it bigger, but it's
get the
kind
point
of
they're trying to
irrelevant.
put across. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening is as you scroll, they're going to show you the one thing, White Lives Matter, next to this is an NBC Universal ad.
So
Not
white
next
lives
to.
don't
If
matter?
you scroll down, I mean, who knows what the next one is? The
Right.
next one, we don't know. This one is, we need to keep Europe white. These monkeys are going to destroy our beautiful white country.
I think
Next
Ireland's
is,
dealing with that right now.
I heard about that. I just heard about that this weekend.
Stabbed. I think the one kid's critical and one's okay.
Oh, are they going to live? Hopefully.
I think, or one's dead and one's critical. I can't remember which way, but I think one's still like on the fence. Who the fuck attacks kids though? That's the fucked up part.
I don't know what's happening in chat. Heaters on while Santa's arms are extended, yelling, stop. Yeah, I don't know who attacks kids, but like, I don't think that there is more, like a kid is more sacred than an adult. I think if you're going to stab somebody, it's not more evil to do. Do you think it's more evil if you fuck with a
Yes.
kid?
Oh yeah. It's more terrorism because what they're trying to do, they don't care about the killing a person. That's not their goal. That's the tool they're using to drive the terror in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So who they kill doesn't matter. It's the terror they're trying to create and get everybody scared. And then the more scared you are, the more laws you're willing to accept for your safety. Therefore, they're getting your own government to turn on your own people because terrorists are doing bad.
You notice these are different. Oh, wait, this is the same. Something, Saxon something has a, whatever this is, football ad after it. This is the same something, Saxon something with this, same.
So if I get ads on
October
my
16,
X feed, right?
October 16.
So
It's the
if
same
I'm just
fucking
flicking
ad.
through, I'll see like an ad every like 3 finger flicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I have my account and I put a bunch of racist stuff on it and I tweet it to you and you open it up and flick, you're going to get an ad regardless, no matter what the tweet is. No one's going to see it because it's racist. Only you and I. So 2 people out of 500 million are going to see it. And they just screenshot it. That is how they try
That's
to play
true.
it off.
Look at this one. This is this person here, conservative diva. June 3rd, they write this. Can someone please explain to me why this is okay? Honestly, I never knew that Asian people had such a disdain for Caucasians. I will never ever feel one iota of shame for the color of my skin. Period.
No, Asians like white people.
This is the same person right here, conservative diva. The same day, they're just demonstrating that there's a different ad under here when they scroll through the thing. Like they're just I don't understand.
So if I close the app and I open it up again and flick it through, you're going to get the same thing I wrote to you with a different ad because it just refreshes different ads. So that's all it's so dirty. And Elon's going to bust them because he's got all the back door. Like, this is the date you made it. This is the IP address you made it from. This is,
But this gives you an idea of what they're talking about when they say that these were adjacent. As you're scrolling through your feed, this doesn't end here at 2. It's not like you're swiping right or left. You're literally just scrolling. Let me ask you this, Nova. When you're scrolling through Twitter, X Corp, do you relate? Okay, so like you're scrolling through, you see Westmoreland in his flag and you're like, the trouble is thinking you have time, whatever, don't understand it. Next thing, football, don't care. Next thing, white preservative, white preserve our people. Wow, she's brave. Next thing, fantastic shoes. I'm never thinking, wow, fantastic shoes supports the thing right before this or the thing right after this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's not shoes, whatever it is. But
Yeah,
how do you feel when you see that?
if it's something I don't care about, I don't even. It's just a flick. I don't even acknowledge it.
But if you saw like,
Well, I think I know.
if
I
you
think I
saw
know
like,
because
I love Trump, I love
advertised.
Trump, I love conservatives, I love the Bible, and then you saw Payless Shoe Store, are you thinking, wow, Payless Shoe Store really supports what I support? Or do you just see like, fuck, there's an ad here?
That's I'm B, yeah. But I think
Yeah,
some
I'm B
people do
also.
see it or want to see it the other way when it benefits them. Like if there was a racist ad that popped up under McDonald's, no one's going to assume McDonald's is racist. But then Media Matters isn't trying to shut McDonald's down.
But they want McDonald's to say, hey, you don't want to be neck adjacent to this hate. Do you look, there's your brain thing next to damn tiny mustache dude and some pretzel bitch. You don't want this, do you? They're
See, if
selling
all these
pretzel bitches.
right, if these corporations were intelligent, they would just come out and say, like, anytime someone goes, there was a Nazi flag and your ad was right underneath it. Say, we don't control the algorithm. Our ads are randomly placed, so it just pops up on anywhere. So we have no say. The ad doesn't, it just randomly generated advertisements, has nothing to do with us. And I don't know why people can't figure that out.
So here's this ad again. The Nationalist did it, and they're retweeting the Nationalist. So this is like, if you're genuinely looking at this and you're like, oh my God, there's so much hate. Why would it be the same 3 people in the same 2 ads? Like,
Right.
what's the fucking hate?
Right. It's 3 fucking retards. It's probably Keffels. Keffels is probably like on the board.
Anyways, we're
It's
almost
like all the
done.
racist attacks. There's so little amount of actual racism. They got to fake it all to justify it.
Keep Europe white. Have you ever heard of ESG? They're like, fuck
Yeah,
your
right.
credit, fuck your ESG. Also improve your ESG. Oh, right. I'm getting a Walmart delivery today. I did so much shopping on the eve of
Oh yeah.
on Wednesday night because they had like access to the Black Friday deals early, so I just ordered a bunch of shit. In the
Yeah, a friend of mine works for
yesterday,
FedEx. They were going nuts.
yesterday a stupid mini heart-shaped waffle maker showed up and I'm like, "Oh, I was too high on Wednesday night."
No,
But it's a single waffle
no,
maker.
I've done it. I've done it.
It's in here
Have you seen
somewhere.
the sandwiches? It's like a cookie cutter for
That's
your
a
sandwiches, so it turns it into a dinosaur, so you don't have the crust. I'm like, I don't
I mean,
like. I put it in my save count. Like, no.
that's a disturbing little page break. You done cut the baby in half.
But yeah,
Look
it's
at
all
you,
the same
Steph Curry.
bullshit.
You a racist son of a bitch.
Yeah, you know what? When I see an
I
NDA ad, I assume racism. Like, fuck off.
No, but when you see black people, you do just assume crime.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay,
Not,
here's
not.
IIBM pulling their advertisers. But okay, in those websites is where I was at the bottom of the last one that I was looking at, update 1121. The ex user who tweeted the image of Pepe the Frog along with the hashtag PWPWW, which is white something about being white power or pride, contacted Media Matters to say that they had used the white nationalist hashtag in error due to a typo and said they would not want to spread hate to the white nationalism. Whether or not the user intended to tweet a white nationalist hashtag, this was not the only example of the Amazon ad appearing next to hateful content. Isn't that funny? Like, wait a minute. Did this could mean,
Remember, this is white
who
power.
the fuck knows what this could mean? This is a 3-pointer.
Right. No, but it's also white power, and it's
No,
all
because
like.
Beyonce does it.
Well, that was the funny part. There was the New York Times. There's a whole bunch of them came out and said that this is the new white power hand signal, like because Trump had it once, and then they go, "Oh, really?"
The Covington boys went to that basketball game and they did it. Oh no, they
Yeah,
played basketball. That's what it was. And they're
right.
like,
And then they
see?
started taking pictures of AOC and all these Democrats doing it too. I'm like, "Oh,
Embarrassing.
gotcha."
That's my favorite white power symbol, by the by.
Well, that was 4chan. They made it up, completely made it up out of thin air just to see if the media would
Hey,
bite, and they bit.
that's my favorite one. I'm glad they did that. All right, so that's it. So chat, you have an idea of what they're talking about when they say ads are adjacent and problematic. This is keywords.
Just when you hear those words, you know it's some bullshit's coming. Problematic, adjacent.
So this is the one that emailed and said that they didn't mean to. It says, take the white pill. This is the way. WPWW. What the
Okay,
hell was he trying to say with his hashtag?
Isn't the white pill means everything's good again?
Your
There's the
racism
red
is
pill,
showing
black
again.
pill. What's the white pill?
Red pill, blue pill, red pill.
I've never heard of a white pill.
Black pill means like you've
given up. Yeah, the world's
so white pill might mean
the world's not as fucked as you thought it was previous.
That's the red pill.
No, the red pill means
the red pill means
the
you
world
see it
as
for what
it
it
truly
is.
is.
The blue pill means you're
living in Never
purpose-
Land. The government loves
okay.
you and trust the government. Trust
So then,
everybody.
yeah, I guess the white would have to be the opposite.
So you'd have to be black pilled before you could even take the white pill.
Do you? Could you just be
think
red
so.
pilled and decide that you don't care, or you just are super hopelessly optimistic?
We should do a segment on how the pill order works.
We just did.
No, you need a
We're
good thumbnail.
100%
Which pill comes first, and just have a thumbnail. Watch all the druggies follow the show and not know what it's about.
You know what? They should have a birth control pill for dudes. Why don't you lobby for that?
It's called belly swimming pool.
Say it again.
It's called the belly button swimming pool.
Belly button swimming pool? I don't want to know. God damn it, Nova. This is disgusting.
No, it's banana flavored.
That might be great.
Oh,
okay. Whoa. I don't want to know about your belly button swimming pool. I'm talking about a legitimate pill you could eat every day that makes your swimmers
There is
not
one.
swim.
No, it's already been created. Men just won't take it because we're not fucking with our systems. The male birth control is already out.
It is?
Yes.
Why? And you just wouldn't take it because it might clear up your acne?
That's the lie they tell the fathers. I know the tricks.
You don't know anything. Okay, let's keep going here. For the last several years, Media Matters has falsely portrayed Twitter, now X, as a risky, unsafe platform for advertisers. I honestly hate this about the name change, the Twitter, now X. I'm like, just call it X and we'll figure it out.
But it's still twitter.com.
Yeah, it is still twitter.com. That's what doesn't make any sense, right?
Like, they must have the technology to be able to change it to x.com.
Yeah.
Or someone already owns x.com, or because how are you supposed to find it?
Maybe
if
you have to have more than one letter.
Maybe if you're like new coming up, you've never heard of Twitter before, how would you find X if you're like www. is never comes up x.com?
Wait, it'll redirect. X.com redirects you to Twitter, but Twitter doesn't redirect you to X, right?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
We'll do some science after this. Saying it's an unsafe platform for advertisers. Contrary to those efforts, 99% of X's measure. Oh, I already read that. Undeterred by the truth, Media Matters has opted for new tactics in its campaign to drive advertisers from X. Media Matters has manipulated the algorithms governing the user's experience on X by bypassing safeguards and to bypass safeguards and create images of X's largest advertisers' paid posts adjacent to racist, incendiary content, leaving the false impression that these pairings are anything but what they actually are: manufactured, inorganic, and extraordinarily rare.
Right. So that's like if you and me, if I was sending stuff back and forth between you and me, yeah, we can see it, but no one else on the planet can see it.
Yeah. Media Matters executed this plot in multiple steps, as X's internal investigations have revealed. First, Media Matters accessed accounts that had been active for at least 30 days, bypassing X's ad filter for new users. What?
Now we know that.
So there's an ad filter in your first 30 days where you don't get certain ads?
It probably stops the bots. Or it's got to do something.
Media Matters then exclusively followed a small subset of users consisting entirely of accounts in one of two categories: those known to produce extreme fringe content and accounts owned by X's big name advertisers. The end result was a feed precision designed by Media Matters for a single purpose: to produce side-by-side ad content placement that it could screenshot in an effort to alienate advertisers. So do you see what they're saying? They're saying that they used accounts that were over 30 days old, so they'd be open to any type of advertising. And then they friended extremists and the companies so that they would simultaneously appear in their feed.
Right. They went
But
undercover and pretended not, pretended to be normal. And then as soon as they got their window of fucking entry, did the game.
But this activity still was not enough to create a pairing of advertisements and content that Media Matters aimed to produce. Media Matters therefore resorted to endlessly scrolling and refreshing its unrepresentative hand-selected feed, generating between 15 and 13 times more advertisements per hour than viewing by the average user. Okay, so they did so much refreshing to get the results that they wanted.
And they're going to have
That's
to
pretty cool.
tell the judge or the jury, why did you keep hitting refresh? What was your goal in hitting refresh? What were you doing to hit? Oh, you stopped hitting refresh when that ad came up, and then you took a screenshot, and you never refreshed again after that? Weird.
Good morning, Ms. Block.
Good morning.
My attorneys in the house act right. Media Matters omitted mentioning any of this in a report published on October 16th that displayed instances Media Matters found on X of advertisers' paid posts featured next to neo-Nazi and white nationalist content, nor did Media Matters otherwise provide any content regarding the forced, inauthentic nature and extraordinary rarity of these pairings. However, relying on the specious narrative propagated by Media Matters, the advertisers targeted took these pairings to be anything but rare and inorganic, with all but one of the companies featured in the Media Matters piece withdrawing all ads from X, including Apple, Comcast, NBC Universal, and IBM, some of X's largest advertisers.
How much is Media Matters worth?
You Google it. Indeed, in pulling all advertising from X in response to this intentionally divisive report, IBM called the pairing an entirely unacceptable situation. Only Oracle did not withdraw its ads. When I read that yesterday, only Oracle didn't withdraw. I was like, please give Oracle like discounted ads from here to perpetuity.
Yeah,
like, for real.
I wonder if stock
Way
is
to
like
go,
a bump
Oracle.
from the.
You would hope. The truth bore no resemblance to Media Matters' narrative. In fact, IBM's, Comcast, and Oracle's paid posts appeared alongside the fringe content cited by Media Matters for only one viewer out of more than 500 million on all of X. Media Matters. That's the only person it appeared for. Not a single authentic user of the X platform saw IBM's, Comcast, or Oracle's ads next to that content, which Media Matters achieved only through its manipulation of X's algorithm as described above. And in Apple's case, only 2 out of the more than 500 million active users saw its ad appear alongside the fringe content cited in the article, at least one of which was Media Matters.
That's like a lottery ticket.
Bitch. Media Matters could have produced a fair, accurate account of users' interactions with advertisements on X via basic reporting, following real users, documenting the actual organic production of content, and advertisement pairings. Had it done so, however, it would not have produced the outcome Media Matters so desperately desired, which was to tarnish X's reputation by associating it with racist content. So instead, Media Matters chose to meticulously misrepresent the X experience with the intention of harming X and its business. The parties, the jurisdiction, we're skipping it. It's X and America. X is a safe platform for users and advertisers despite Media Matters' deceptions. These are the allegations. First one. X is a social media platform that remains in operation due to its loyal users and advertisers. X invests heavily in technologies that work in tandem to facilitate safe and effective interactions between users and advertisers. Technologies that, under normal organic conditions, operate seamlessly. Oh, Vicky said, oh my God, Boom, I love your new video on your channel. I'm going to have to watch it.
Nice. They're worth 25 million, the whole company. So I think Elon's going to end up owning that company.
I'm saying how they have 20, they're worth 25 mil?
Total assets, 25 million. I think Elon's going to be
That's
able to
worth it.
prove more losses in revenue from this attack than 25 million. So he's just going to say, "Give me the keys, walk away, thank you."
Yeah, but because their ESG score is going to be so high after this, they'll be able to get all that government funds. Okay. As a first layer of protection for advertisers, X applies default protections to all posts. These protections are designed to prevent advertisements from being placed next to content that violates community guidelines. When users operate within X's community guidelines, these default mechanisms are effective and have a long history of successfully protecting X advertisers from undesirable interactions with fringe content. And that's why when you have fringe content, it can't make as much money because they're not presenting it to make ad dollars.
Right.
As a second layer of protection, X provides advertisers with opt-in options. These options allow advertisers to further address any specific concerns they may have about their advertisements being seen next to specific content. Here, advertisers can specify which keywords and user handles they do not want their post to appear by. Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry. These fucking companies have the options in their contracts and they are utilizing them and they're like, we cancel because media matters.
exactly. I don't
Sounds
know.
like they was waiting to cancel. Kind of like how Roseanne Barr got canceled. They fucking wanted to cancel that bitch.
Right.
She just gave him a
I love
flimsy
Roseanne.
reason and decided to not. I don't know. It seemed like she didn't care. Anyways,
Oh, she cared. She did it. She did it because of all the employees' jobs that were involved and stuff was her reasoning. She did it.
yeah,
She
but
talked
on
about
the afterwards, she could have come out and really spoke on it, and she didn't. Like
Yeah, she
even
did Rogan. She did,
Rogan asked her favorite movie, and she was like, I'm kind of afraid to say because it got me in trouble before. Her favorite movie is Planet of the Apes, and she wasn't trying to like find a movie with monkeys and do this. She was making, in her view, an intelligent
right. The only people who thought it were racist
analogy.
were the people who wanted her to be racist on purpose. Like no one else thought it was a racist thing.
Yeah. Did I read that? These protections and others create a safe environment for advertisers that allow them to reach their target audiences while protecting their brands, as Media Matters well knows. Second count. Media Matters systematically manipulated the X user experience to defame X. On November 16th, Media Matters published a false, defamatory, and misleading article with the headline, X has placed ads for Apple, Bravo, IBM, Oracle, and Infinity, or Xfinity, next to pro-Nazi content, claiming that X was responsible for anti-Semitic content being paired with X's advertisers' paid posts. The statement was not true, and Media Matters knew it. As explained below and displayed in an X internal review, this title is false, and in the Media Matters, this title is false in that Media Matters itself, not X, was responsible for placement of the content it identified through its willful exploitation of X's user features, a result it's specifically intended to bring about. X, in fact, has many default safeguards that prevent the platform from displaying content in the manner artfully achieved by the defendant. Further, in the body of the piece, Media Matters falsely claims that it recently found ads for Apple, Bravo, Oracle, Xfinity, and IBM next to posts that tout Hitler and his Nazi party on X. Media Matters did not find pairings of X passively allowed on the platform. Media Matters created these pairings in secrecy to manufacture the harmful perception that X is, at best, an incompetent content moderator, a harmful accusation for any social media platform, or, even worse, that X was somehow indifferent or even encouraging to Nazi and racist ideology. On X, users can control the content of their feeds. When users show interest in particular topics, ads will generate that relate to those topics. Media Matters exploited these features by creating a secret X account, precision designed to evade normal safeguards, manipulating every aspect of the system through which posts and advertisements appear, ultimately creating the side-by-side images of objectionable content and advertisements. Actually, while I'm reading this, I'm thinking, if you can do that to yourself, I mean, they happen to have a private website or private account, so no one else is seeing this, which is probably going to bite them. But say you don't, say you do follow the hateful rhetoric and you do follow their highest advertisers, then, and that means that they can be paired together. Isn't that the whole problem? Just because they did it, that means everyone can do it, right?
No, I think it's like trying to link Jordan sneakers to drive-by shooters.
I understand that. And the Media Matters is saying this wouldn't have happened. This doesn't happen. It only happened because they followed these accounts and these accounts. And so on the advertiser side, they're like, yeah, but we didn't want that to be able to happen.
I
Because
don't think they told the advertisers how they got what they got. I think they just go, look, here it is.
yeah, but
Like
what
trying to
I'm saying it's irrelevant if they curated it on purpose. What if I was an extremist and I organically followed the accounts that he found, and I also was interested in Apple and
McDonald's.
IBM and
Yeah.
any of the other shits on this side. So I organically did that. Isn't he saying that it was inorganic because it sounds like Elon is saying that doesn't naturally happen, that wouldn't
No,
happen.
no, it wouldn't.
Why wouldn't it? If I organically did that, why would it not?
Because McDonald's has in their contract the key words, so Nazi, Hitler, whatever. So if your post has that in it, it's automatically being blocked from your post.
They're not saying that. They're not saying that it's saying that they have those features, that those features are available, but they're not saying that they exploited those features and that those features failed.
I don't know.
Just kind of interesting. Like, I wonder, they might have done like the refresh thing, but it seems like you could accidentally organically do this. And as an advertiser, they're like, fix that part of it where it can accidentally happen. Maybe. Which
No, I think
Elon
I
is
think
saying that's a free speech thing. Like, in order to fix that, you have to not allow the speech to ever exist.
no, I think it's more of Media Matters is trying to blackmail advertisers away from X, and they're saying, look, I found it. If you want to deal with it, but I'm going to make more stories and bigger stories about it.
I don't know. Good morning, King of all Yetis.
Good morning.
Okay. X, where are we? X's internal data tells a story of just how far Media Matters went to manufacture an inorganic user experience strictly aimed at creating an interaction between controversial content and big-name advertisers that was seen only by Media Matters account and then published broadly. First, Media Matters set out on their attempt to evade X's content filters for new users by specifically using an account that had been in existence for more than 30 days. Okay, which is probably, I don't know, I guess then if
he's going to be able to show the account was probably the account will be completely inactive for the 30 days because they know that's the built-in window. And then as soon as their window opens, the account goes active and does all this stuff. Elon's going to be able to show the keystrokes of exactly what they did, how the timing they did it. Like, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, but that's on the Media Matters side, and that's their bad for attempting to manufacture something that could have happened organically. But on the advertiser side, if they're like, great, so most people have an account that's more than 30 days old, this first thing, yeah, while they might have waited to make sure that they don't have this content filter, most people don't have that content filter. So that's kind of an irrelevant piece, it feels like. It's relevant as far as this was their plan and this is how they went about it, but advertiser-wise,
do you think the advertisers are using this to get out of their contracts? Because I would assume like McDonald's would have had contracts with Twitter and just continue their McDonald's contracts with Twitter all along the way. Then Elon buys it. They're like, the bigwigs, fuck Elon. And they wanted a reason to cancel their contracts to get out of it.
I mean, I don't know.
Because they tried everything else possible to not let Elon buy it and to shut him down. And everyone, all these remember like NBC's like, we're leaving Twitter. We're never coming back. And like, 3 days later, they're back.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see that or if I don't think that's alleged. We'll get there. Because at the end, they do say breach of contract and like tortious interference or something like that. Well, we're almost there. We're halfway done. Okay, so first they used an account that was 30 days old. Next, Media Matters set its account to follow only 30 users, far less than the average number of accounts followed by a typical user, 219. I follow 59 people. So I would it average because there's people with millions of subs on there and there's 500
Oh
million
yeah,
users. How many do
people
you
that like
follow?
celebrities will follow 1,000 celebrities. Basketball, you'll follow your basketball team. You'll follow 3 or 4 players on that team. Like 30's very, very weirdly low for an average user.
Severely limiting the amount and type of content featured on its feed. All of these users were either already known for posting controversial content or were accounts for X's advertisers. That is, 100% of the accounts Media Matters followed were either fringe accounts or were accounts for national large brands. In all, this function is an attempt to flood the Media Matters account with content only from national brands and fringe figures, tricking the algorithm into thinking Media Matters wanted to view both hateful content and content from the advertisers.
Yes.
Which is the problem for the advertisers. They're like, yeah, so if they want it, they don't want it to even be wanted, available, even if it's wanted.
Right.
And Elon is saying, well, they tricked it because nobody wants this. My ass, nobody wants it. There's a shitload of people who want to see like advertisers for the brands that they enjoy and also the hateful shit that they like.
Right. I think
Why would this be?
McDonald's wants to sell hamburgers to Nazis and everybody else.
Yeah,
I don't think they care who they sell hamburgers to, but I think they just want to pretend like they don't care who they sell hamburgers to save face.
that part. But the point is, the algorithm was reacting to the clicky, but this person didn't have to like get into their source code. This person didn't have to use any type of hacks or any kind of internal information, no data, no person on the inside. This is just a person clicking buttons in the correct order that got the advertisements next to the hate speech. And that's it. Like that's the problem as far as it seems like the advertisers are saying. And Elon is like, well, had he not clicked it in that order? And it's like, well, is there anything special about that order? Yeah, well, he only had 30 users that he followed and he was private. Well, my shit is private and I have 30 users that I follow, not 219. So does that make me a fake account? I've been here for more than 30 days. I like some fucking extreme shit. I also fuck with national brands, you know?
Your keystrokes are probably different.
Yeah.
The rate you refresh versus what they refreshed.
Ronald McDonald's dead? Is that true? How could he die? Isn't he drunk?
He's a clown.
Even this did not produce Media Matters' intended result, as internal review by X revealed that Media Matters account started to alter its scrolling and refreshing activities in an attempt to manipulate inorganic combinations of advertisements and content. Media Matters excessively scrolling and refreshing generated between 15 and 13 times. How weird. I said that I flipped those both times I read it. 13 and 15 times more advertisements per hour than would be seen by a typical user, essentially seeking to force a situation in which a brand ad post appeared adjacent to a fringe content. That's where it becomes a problem, where it wasn't regular. That's the part that regular people wouldn't do.
See, what I think about
refreshing.
ads, I don't even think of them connected to tweets. I think they're just like stickers. Like I don't even want, I'm trying to flick past the ads. I don't connect any tweet above or below to the ad.
Yeah, that's what we started with. Like that, I'm the same. You said probably 50-50. Some people do and some people don't.
Yeah, it's weird.
Eventually, though, through intentionally evading X's multiple safeguards by curating the content in its feed and then repeatedly attempting to create pairings of advertisements for major brands with controversial content, Media Matters finally achieved its goal. Accordingly, it took screenshots of posts from IBM, Apple, Bravo, Xfinity, and Oracle that Media Matters engineered in part adjacent to inflammatory fringe content. Oh, wait. Where did I get in part engineered to appear adjacent to inflammatory fringe content? Okay, 3. To defame X, Media Matters hid its manipulation from readers and advertisers. Media Matters generated a specific intended result that was not only inorganic, but exceedingly and demonstrably rare, all while taking specific steps to obscure that its November 16 article. All while taking specific steps to obscure this in its November 16 article. You know what? This is written like such a regular person. I wonder if, I know he's super busy, but I wonder if Elon has anything to do with this.
No, it couldn't.
It's very basic. Not that he's a basic human, but it's just written like you or I would write it, like a regular. Doesn't seem lawyery.
Yes. He's not trying to dress it up.
Yeah.
He's not getting paid by the hour to write it.
The overall effect on advertisers and users was to create the false, misleading perception that these types of pairings were common, widespread, and alarming. Media Matters hid its manipulations through omissions, deceptive image selections, misrepresentations, and secrecy settings. Media Matters omitted in its entirety its process of manufacturing these ad pairings. It did not include in its article that it created a user for that only followed 30 accounts that either belonged to French figures or major national brands. Neither readers nor advertisers had any way of knowing that the entire feed was orchestrated to generate the remarkably rare combinations. Media Matters also omitted mentioning in its entirety its excessive scrolling and refreshing, allowing users to believe falsely that the report was produced under circumstances that were organic and unmanipulated. Media Matters also omitted and made no attempt to clarify the rarity of these pairings. The representation put forth by Media Matters constitutes 0.000009090909
I'll take
percent.
those odds.
Tell me Elon didn't fucking write this. Look at this. He put his kid's name in here.
I'll take those odds.
Constituted that percent of impressions served on the day in question. Most or all of these pairings were not seen by literally anyone besides Media Matters' own manipulated account, and no authentic user on the platform has been confirmed to have seen any of these pairings. Media Matters' image choice in its smear also functioned to hide the true nature. Hold on, I see the fly. Hold on, I gotta get my place.
You see what? Oh, fly.
No, I
stunned?
don't think I got him. I think I heard him flying after that. Mother of Jesus.
You just need the can of Raid, then you can just gas them and let them fly through the cloud.
That's just, yeah, no. The first time I could have hit him, but he would have went to my coffee. All right. Media Matters chose to show every pairing in the article using the deception techniques, hiding its deceit through even more deceit. Tellingly, Media Matters used X's privacy features in order to hide its methodology from its readers. That is, Media Matters set its account to private, blocking anyone from seeing which accounts Media Matters actually followed, thus disallowing anyone from understanding how its feed was manipulated. Now, when they decided to do this, they gotta know that the person that they're fucking with can see that. Like they
No,
see
they're
the
not that
outside.
smart. No, they're progressives. They're not that smart.
I'll give them that.
Just like they didn't realize that Elon would know how many times they hit the refresh button.
Yeah, I think they did know that, but the goal is to lose $1 billion by the end of the year. It's not, or, like, don't you think? Like, they don't care if they get found out. They're only worth 25 million, meaning that's not a little, but it's not a lot in the scheme of things. Like,
Well,
just
Media
get more
Matters
Soros
is
money.
a big weapon for the progressive Democrats because
Mm,
that's how they attack all the people they don't like, right? So they're a big hammer. So you're taking a big hammer away from the Democrats with
okay. So
Elon potentially buying this, firing
do
everybody
you
and turning it into Media Matters with all right-wing people running it.
do you think that that's what's going to happen? Is that they're going to actually get exposed because of this? Media
Yes.
Matters? Yeah?
Yes, I do. But I'm conspiracy man.
What does chat think about that? That's interesting.
Because there's so many games being played, right? And they're
Yeah.
not, these guys don't go after anything the Democrats say wrong or get wrong, right? They're only going after the right-leaning people. If they went after both people and like fact checked both sides, they'd be like, yeah, sure, great. It's like Snopes. Snopes only does DNC stuff.
Indeed. Media Matters at no point includes images of any other information about the content that was exposed to these images. The cropped nature of Media Matters' deceptive screenshots leaves its profile picture out of frame. Oh, that is interesting. I wonder what they were using. Accordingly, Media Matters created the impression that these pairings were organic, accurate, and representative of the typical X user experience, which actually and demonstrably misled users and advertisers, causing harm to X. 5. Media Matters caused advertisers to believe the pairings were organic. On November 16th, advertisers pulled their ads from the site, which, as Media Matters admits, only happened after it reported that X was placing its ads alongside white nationalist and pro-Nazi content. Included in these companies, which all referenced anti-Semitic content in their withdrawal from X, are Comcast, NBC Universal, Apple, and IBM. I believe you.
I would think those are all companies who would want to break contracts with Elon. They're all looking for the ESG.
Yeah.
Comcast is a direct competitor because Elon's doing a cell phone deal with T-Mobile.
Oh,
So that's a personal fuck you, get into the contract with Elon. And Apple, because he's competing with Apple. He's gonna release his own phone and it's gonna run on Starlink satellites, so no cell service and be no dead zones.
oh, Comcast is Xfinity. So when they were saying Xfinity, that's what they were saying, I guess. Oh,
Yeah.
there it says it. Okay. Media Matters manipulation was so severe that companies not even featured in the article also pulled ads. These companies include Lionsgate, Warner Brothers Discovery, Paramount, and Sony. They would wait, and boy, they was waiting to defund your ass.
Right? This was all set up.
Mm-hmm. This is the fucked up part. This is when it's like,
I wonder if he's going to be able to sue these companies. Like, if Media Matters, we did it because people at Apple asked us to make a
no,
story.
that's why Media Matters is getting sued. Media Matters did the damage.
Right. But I wonder if Media Matters is going to try and say, well, we were hired to do it by these guys. Go out.
Oh, hell yeah. Bring that to court. Let's do that.
Right?
That's not going to happen. Media Matters represents itself as a progressive research and information center dedicated to comprehensively monitoring, analyzing, and correcting conservative misinformation in the U.S. media. Since its launch in 2004, it is engaged in an all-out campaign of guerrilla warfare and sabotage on conservative news sources. In this context, X and Elon are a critical Media Matters target because X is the most prominent online platform that permits users to share all viewpoints, whether liberal or conservative. And Mr. Musk is the most prominent voice on the platform and a passionate supporter of free speech. In taking down two forces that already found objectionable, Media Matters had the chance to starve X of ad revenue and thereby silence all of the voices on X. Nothing in Media Matters' campaign was coincidental or accidental, and in its guerrilla attack on X is working, driving away X's advertisers and revenue precisely as intended. Here are the first cause of action: interference with contract. At all relevant times, defendants were aware that plaintiffs' contract with various third parties included but not limited to Apple, NBC Universal, Comcast, Bravo, Apple, IBM, to sell ads on the X platform as clearly demonstrated by the many articles written by the defendants. All while existing advertisements agree with, this is just their charges. Business disparagement, interference with prospective economic advantage,
and future
and that's
event
it.
and future contracts. So
Except
if
for
they
relief.
sign like $100 million deal with Apple and they canceled that one and they had like a renew contract, they could get them for the next one too.
So it says they want actual and consequential damages, general and special, preliminary and permanent injunction ordering defendants to immediately delete, take down, or otherwise remove the article entitled "As Musk Endorses Anti-Semitic Conspiracy Theory, X has been placing ads for Apple on all of them." From all websites and social media accounts owned, controlled, and operated directly by or indirectly by defendants. One article.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. I thought it would take a lot longer than that.
No,
but it did not.
Breeze through that. I think you pre-highlighting it, like the good parts out, helps.
Yeah, so I didn't get stuck reading. It was a little bit repetitive, but I think it was worth it.
Yes,
There's another lawsuit that Elon is in for hate speech on his platform. This was filed July 31st. And it's interesting because we're July. So this isn't, okay, let me read it. It says, complaint for breach of contract, violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, intentional interference with contractual relations, and inducing breach of contract. This is X, again, Elon, and the Center for Countering Digital Hate.
You can tell by the titles of these companies that they're fucking woke ESGers.
I'll tell you what this says. This is July, so this is a couple months before. Defendant Center for Countering Digital Hate, CCHD, and the Center for Countering Digital Hate, LTD in UK, they're going to call them CCDH throughout. They're activist organization masquerading as research agencies funded and supported by unknown organizations, individuals, and potentially even foreign governments with ties to legacy media companies, have embarked on a scare campaign to drive away advertisers from the X platform. CCDH has done this by engaging in a series of unlawful acts designed to improperly gain access to protected X Corp data needed by the CCDH so that it could cherry pick from the hundreds of millions of posts made each day on X and falsely claim it had set statistical support showing the platform is overwhelmed with harmful content. So since he's taken over, it's constant barrage of sue them for its hateful content.
That's what they want you to believe, yeah.
No, it's been that way for him. This is why he brought this website or this lawsuit.
Oh,
It's-
yeah. Oh, Elon, yeah. I thought you meant like the hate
They
been
want you
growing
to,
on the platform.
right? But yet they don't, like, if you want to talk about a platform that serves discontent and hate and fucks up the youth, I think TikTok is what they missed it a
TikTok.
little. TikTok is where they should maybe aim. Okay, CCDH intentionally and unlawfully access data it sought regarding the X platform in two ways. As a registered user of X, it scraped data from X's platform in violation of the express terms of its agreement with X. It also convinced an unknown third party in violation of that third party's contractual obligation to improperly share login credentials to a secured database that was then accessed and they retrieved information from on multiple occasions without authorization. And in turn, they selectively quoted data it obtained via those methods. It did so out of context in public reports and articles it prepared to make it appear as if X is overwhelmed by harmful content, and then used that contrived narrative to call for companies to stop advertising on X. So this is not new to Media Matters. It's more of a how do we shut down X?
Right.
Because
which hammer do we use?
CCDH's underhanded conduct is nothing new. It has a history of using similar tactics, not just for the goal of combining hate, but rather to censor a wide range of viewpoints on social media with which it disagrees. CCDH's efforts often rely on obtaining and intentionally mischaracterizing data in research reports it prepares to make it appear as if a few specific users, often media organizations and high-profile individuals, are overwhelming social media platforms with content they deem harmful. They use those reports to demand that platform providers kick the targeted users off of their platform, thus silencing their viewpoints on broadly debated topics such as COVID-19 vaccines, reproductive health care, and climate change. In this matter, CCDH seeks to prevent public dialogue and the public's access to free expression in favor of an ideological echo chamber that conforms to CCDH's favored viewpoints.
Exactly.
Their methodologies in preparing its research reports have been widely criticized as flawed for using inappropriately small sample sizes and quoting data out of context. And they have been accused of using these methodologies to create faulty narratives about the type and volume of harmful content on platforms. Nonetheless, they continue to prepare its incorrect reports and articles, including those against X, in efforts to silence users it disagrees with on topics of public debate and now to cause serious financial harm to X. In direct response to their efforts, some companies have paused their advertising spent on X. CCDH's unlawful conduct, as alleged therein, has directly and proximately damaged X in an amount to be proven at trial, but in any event, at least tens of millions of dollars that X estimates it has lost in advertising revenue and other costs incurred. More fundamentally still, CCDH's scare campaign to global advertisers and its ongoing pressure on brands in an attempt to stifle freedom of speech on the X platform. X brings this lawsuit to vindicate its rights against CCDH, as well as any presently unknown supporters and funders who have, among other things, instructed, acted as agents of or in concert with, and or who have participated in meaningful ways in their unlawful conduct as alleged herein. As below, the identities of such supporters and funders of theirs, which have been referred to by U.S. Senator as, quote, foreign dark money groups, end quote, are presently unknown, but X has named the defendants and will amend this complaint to assert their true names and capacities once they are ascertained through discovery. That was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically they're saying they don't know who they're in cahoots with, judging
Who
by
told Media Matters to do this, right? They're gonna have them fucking pointing fingers at each other.
This is months before Media Matters. This is the end of July, so maybe Media Matters points back to them. I don't know. Parties, we know.
Do you notice any like misspellings, like where they said spend instead of spent?
Mm-hmm. Human error. I think that's probably normal. Jurisdiction venue. Common factual allegations. 1. CCDH advocates for internet censorship. CCDH has a history of advocating for censorship on the internet. One of their tactics in this regard is to prepare and publish what it refers to as research reports and articles. Those reports and articles openly target organizations and individuals, including publishers, current and former politicians, and political commentators who express viewpoints via social media platforms that differ from their own viewpoints on widely debated topics, including COVID-19, abortion, climate change.
The narrative.
Mm-hmm. I wonder why I didn't highlight any of this. I hope it's because I didn't want to look at it. I was going to say, or I fell asleep. Here we go. I did highlight some next thing.
Yeah, no, you perused
Major press relies on reports and articles. CCDH's reports and articles, including its February 9th, 2023 report and the conclusion therein, have attracted attention in the press, with media outlets repeating their incorrect assertions that hate speech is increasing on X. Recently, Bloomberg picked up CCDH's purported research in an article released July 19th, 2023. That article, titled "Twitter's Surge in Harmful Content, a Barrier to Advertiser Return." Oh, advertiser return. I wonder if they were returning after the cell mix up. I don't know.
And then all the other people
quoted their head of research, Callum Hood, claiming that hate speech is increasing on Twitter. The article went on to state that CCDH's research claim, for example, that, quote, during the first 3 months of Musk's tenure, the rate of daily tweets containing slurs against Black Americans had more than tripled, end quote. That Bloomberg articles expressly recognize that CCDH has acknowledged its research was conducted via social media analysis tool Brandwatch. Hold on. It says, during the first 3 months of Musk's tenure, the rate of daily tweets containing slurs against Black Americans more than tripled. I mean, that has to be people just saying, we could say N now.
Yeah. How do they differentiate? How do you know if it's a Black person talking to another Black person or not?
That they don't.
Right. It's crazy.
Mr. Hood, who was also recently quoted in a Times article from July 19, 2023, discussed their research about X Corp and X. The Times article quoted Mr. Hood as stating that, quote, Musk is not keeping his promises to advertisers and their ads are appearing next to really harmful content. This is a precursor to Media Matters nonsense. This series of events promoted Brandwatch to post a public statement on X, accessible here, clarifying that the data that these fuckers used is used out of context. Oh, I forgot am I highlighting? Oh, here it is. Used out of I don't know how I highlighted any of this because I'm retarded. Used out of context to make unsubstantiated assertions about Twitter. So where they got their information, the information is like, this is not what it said.
Right. I wonder if that was Boozy's.
No, it's Brandwatch.
Yeah, no, I wonder if Boozy was working with Brandwatch using that same stupid algorithm he was using on Twitter. For
I think Boozy's whole thing was he made his own shits. His was like proprietarily his, right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
This is Brandwatch. Let's see if I highlighted anything else. What do they say? First cause of action, breach of contract, breach of computer fraud. So what happened was, maybe they'll get into it. No, they're not. What happened was they had access to some information and they just used it without understanding what it meant. They're like, oh, look at all the hateful content.
Yeah,
And
they
so
took
they're
the
in trouble.
headline and said the
Un-
article.
Unlike Media Matters, where Media Matters probably realized that this could happen, maybe because of things like this, and then just made it happen, where these assholes took data that they shouldn't have had access to. They weren't a customer, they weren't a client. They somehow got this login data to have access to something they didn't know how to read, and then, you know,
Yes.
explained it to the masses in ways that caused them to lose ad revenue, which probably caused Media Matters to have this thought in their brains that now has trickled down to losing $1 billion before the end of the year.
I wonder if there's any communications between Media Matters and them.
I'm sure there is after last week.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's another thing though. One more thing. Is this it? It is. This is X Corp and Robert Bonta, the AG of California. So
Oh,
in California, they want to make transparency a thing with social so that you could say, what is your policy on hate speech?
that
What
would
would
be
you do
good
about it?
if it's
Don't
not
you
in
think?
lawyer.
I thought it would be good too. Well, Elon Musk is suing California, saying that is going to take away from our privacy rights, that it is a violation of our First Amendment
Well,
policies.
Did they include
Rights.
they want has to use their real name with their social insurance number or something stupid?
No. This is okay. So the thing that
'Cause I know they're
California
pushing
wants
for
to
that now.
pass, it's like AB 587. That's the bill. And it's saying that if you're a social media company, you're registered, you have an obligation to the fucking regulatory board, who the hell knows who they have to tell, the state. You have to make your policies transparent. You have to let us know. Let me see what it actually says here. But basically, you have
So
to
why
let us know what your plan is for hate speech, for everything really, but they're just trying to get at the hate speech part, because if they can nail you down to what you think hate speech is, then they can say this, why didn't you delete or
Right.
something. And Elon is saying, no, we don't need to be transparent to you assholes.
Right.
Nature of the action. Plaintiff X brings
If
this action
California wants
challenging
it, you don't.
what?
If the state of California wants it, you don't.
You never know. They have a bad reputation, so you're probably right. X brings this action challenging the constitutionality and legal validity of California Assembly Bill 587, which is codified into law at California Business and Professional Code. There. AB 587 requires large social media companies like X to 1. Post terms of service dictated by the government and include terms about how content is moderated on their platforms. 2. Submit on a semi-annual basis to the California Attorney General a terms of service report that includes, among other things, a detailed description of content moderation practices used by social media companies for that platform. B, information about whether, and if so how, the social media company defines and moderates hate speech or racism, extremism and radicalization, disinformation, misinformation, harassment, and foreign political interference, as well as C, information and statistics about actions taken by the social media company to moderate these categories of content. Are you still with me? Do you understand what's happening?
Yes.
Okay.
So is YouTube going to have to submit to this? Because I can't see YouTube wanting to submit to that.
Probably. Is that considered social, or is that considered a video uploading site? I don't think that YouTube is social.
It's got community tabs. It's got
Yeah,
interactions,
but you
chats.
can comment under news stories, and that's considered kind of community-ish, and you wouldn't say that's social.
Because if YouTube got forced to make their terms and conditions readable, it'd be bad for them.
I don't know. AB 587 violates the First Amendment of the United States Constitution in Article 1, Section 2 of the California Constitution because it compels companies like X to engage in speech against their will, impermissibly interferes with the constitutionally protected editorial judgment of companies such as X, and has both the purpose and likely effect of pressuring companies such as X to remove, demonetize, and deprioritize constitutionally protected speech that the state deems undesirable and or harmful, and places an unjustified and undue burden on social media companies such as X. He already deprioritizes. He literally already does that. He just doesn't want to show you how he does it because you never know how he's going to change it. Fucking show us,
Right.
Elon. I say show us. And if it's something that doesn't work, change it. Like, they're not saying you have to comply with certain rules. They're saying, what are the rules? Because we're going to fucking play. And I think that's good. Show us the rules so we can all fucking play. I don't think the other side really wants this.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think YouTube, whoever's California might have like did an oopsie with this.
The state of California touts AB 587 as a mere transparency measure under which certain social media companies must make their content moderation policies and statistics publicly available. Yet a review of the law proposed and likely effect, as evidenced by the legislative history and statements from AB's author, sponsors, and supporters, demonstrates otherwise. As made clear by both the legislative history and public court submissions from the AG in defending the law, the true intent of AB 587 is to pressure social media platforms to eliminate certain constitutionally protected content viewed by the state as problematic. What the fuck? That doesn't even make sense. Constitutionally protected content viewed by the state as problematic? Fuck the state. Fuck
The
you,
state doesn't
state.
get a say. That's the whole point. The state doesn't get a say on what people say.
This. Okay. Where was I? I didn't highlight any of this. I guess I'm just going to read the whole shit. No, I'm really not. I just wanted to show that Elon has a third lawsuit. This was filed 9/8/2023. So 7/31, 9/8, and 11/20, I think, were when these lawsuits are filed. One saying, I don't want to show you my shit. The other says, stop looking at my shit and giving the wrong stuff. And then the last one is like, they made up shit because the other two guys were doing, I don't know what.
Question, is Nevada a left or right state?
I would have said it was red. I would have said it was right, but I have no real idea.
Because I think that's going to have a lot to do with the judge he draws in the lottery, too.
Is Nevada red or blue? That's the question. It's purple.
Of course. And
So
make it
that
more
answers
difficult.
that.
No, I
And
call
it's
it
like,
red.
why do you call it? It's fucking red, but there's probably
call
so
it
many
red.
people in these two counties that they just dilute
Yeah,
everything in
that's
the
it.
middle.
But I call it red.
That shit is red.
I would have guessed red. before I knew.
Jabal is left now, Cali refugees. Man, everybody blamed California for their bullshit.
But if they left California, why are they still voting Democrat?
Because they're Democrats at heart. They don't believe that they're the problem. They believe that who knows what they believe.
It's Trump's
I
fault.
don't know. Mm-mm. Those ones think it's Obama.
Oh,
Get your years right. No, let me see if I have
Obama's
anything else.
Obama's the president, isn't he?
Yeah, according to everyone around him. Here's I don't know if you guys care about this, but this is AB. This is the wording for AB 587.
Who is your governor? Newsom?
Newsom.
So this is going to go poorly for Elon no matter what, I'm guessing.
Isn't that interesting, right? Because Elon, I feel like he's one of them, but the more they're like, be like us exactly, he's like, fuck you guys.
I think Elon's too
Does that make sense?
autistic to be like anybody. I think he's just like whatever ideas it is, he doesn't go right, left. I think he's just autistic.
Dude, my overlay is pretty dope. Every time I ask people to sub or like put it in their brains that I'm interested in having sub, my number go down. We'll see how it works for this show.
It's just there.
Okay, I think we got to the end of everything, Nova. I do have Upchurch, Kylie Rodney, and did I update this? I didn't highlight it. Let me see. No, I didn't highlight any of this. They're both 27
Do you
pages.
think Kyle or Ryan's just going to pay out and have it go away?
No.
No?
That would be crazy. The principal here is what I would assume he's fighting, but also, fuck you. This is crazy. Like, he did so much to put the word out for this family that they had a missing kid, even to the extremes, make himself look crazy and lose a lot of subs.
Right. Just to draw eyeballs to the,
To say that something's not right. Gave away a car, gave like all of that, and they're suing him.
$100,000 Hellcat, like.
No good deed. I'm curious about AWP, Adventures with Purpose, because how, I guess it all ended because some child shits.
Yeah, one of them had stuff in his background.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about.
I don't remember which one, so
that's
I don't
real.
want to, because one of them's good and one of them's not. But I think their YouTube channel's dead now,
Yeah.
or almost dead. That's the more. Hey, don't touch kids and don't be fucking associated with people who touches kids, and you won't get fucked out of your business.
Yeah, that's that part.
Hickricata.
Man, I saw some. What's happening with Nick Ricada? We're basically done. I'm not going to hop into Upchurch because it's just too much. Like I said, they're both 27 pages. I think I showed them earlier.
There's always another show.
Motion to dismiss, and then the plaintiff's response to the motion to dismiss. Again, 27 pages.
Do you think
I do find this compelling.
Do you think the people brought the lawsuit, or do you think the lawyers went and found the people and go, hey, we can do a lawsuit?
Good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
Be interesting to see if we can see them and like hear them talk, and then we'll know if it was them or the lawyers.
Well, their reply here. So what they're, I said I wasn't gonna get into this, and I'm not. But Ryan is like, dude, everything I said, I showed how I got to that conclusion, and this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. When you read his dismissal, you're like, totally. And then you get to theirs and you read their response, and you're like, totally. So it's kind of compelling because you're like, wait a minute, I sort of agree with both of them. So maybe we'll do this next Monday.
Okay.
These things just happened. November 7th was the date they had to file all this. Oh, for the RICA, they set the court date for this trial, August 2025.
Really?
So we have plenty of time to cover this one. We could just do that next Monday. Do Lazy Boy
a
Mondays.
Long stretch. That's a lot of lawyer bills.
Yeah. So what we might do is this fly is like a government listening device, I swear to God. I can't crush him. That's the trick.
You kill one, two pop up.
Shoot, I forgot.
Go for the spray. Go for the spray.
Oh. Well, I have my assault rifle. I could shoot salt all over my keyboard and really fuck up my life.
No, I gas him.
Gas him?
Yeah.
Sorry, there's no more divinity. She didn't sacrifice herself during the
There's
gassing.
good bug spray in there, bug killer now. It doesn't stink as bad as it used to. It's like indoor.
Yes.
So you don't die from poison either.
No, it's still bad though, because now your house smells like some fucking chemical roses, but you know that it's just a mask. This shit is still going in your nose. Like it's still burning off whatever it needs to burn off. Just because it doesn't smell deadly
Yeah, that
doesn't
should
mean
tell
it's
you
not
that your
deadly.
masks don't work for COVID. If you can spray bug spray and you still smell it through your mask, it's not working for the virus.
I mean, I never really thought those masks works. I just like to hide behind them. I have one mask that I made with my Cricut machine. It says I have it, so they won't fucking talk to me. I don't care. I'd rather be under here. Chemical roses. Divinity is the elf on the shelf. Vegas has tons of fraud. You know what I found out? That did we talk about this?
Vegas would be like the world mecca of fraud, I guess.
I guess they have like the most before LA took back over, they have like the most deaths resulted from police shootings. Isn't that right? Did we talk about that?
Not with me, but I would say yes, because considering the drugs and alcohol scene, I would expect people, and Vegas, right? So people are going to be way out of their fucking minds. And then Vegas draws all the crazy people with the flashy lights, so now you're doubling the population of crazies.
I guess there's a lot of alcohol and
same
drugs.
as LA, right? LA draws crazies from Idaho and New Hampshire and going to Hollywood, gonna be famous. Here's the casting couch.
Is it the weather that draws people, or is it just the romanticizing in movies?
I think fame is the new like gold treasure hunters.
New? Do you think new?
So like the gold rush. Remember how like everyone rushed out west for the gold rush in the 40s? I think that's what people are doing with fame. They're the gold rush to LA for fame, or to Vegas for gambling.
I don't feel like that's new. I think the new rush to fame is what we're doing right now. Turn on your old camera and pretend you're famous in your own fucking house. We don't need no LA and glitz and glamour.
That's true. That's a good point. This is the new gold rush. Hence, Rumble was created out of thin air. StreamYard's brand new thin air. Like
Rumble's been around for 10 years. I just found out that in 2020-ish is when Rumble started getting its financing, and that's why it's been so responsive for us creators in this last year, where it feels like, holy shit, they hear us. All of a sudden, you can do super chats on mobile, and you can use your phone or your TV to stream, and the color coding and the
Cable's dead. Cable's the cassette of media.
well, they did digital every channel has to have a broadcast digitally, and now you can pay $20 for an antenna. And why the fuck would you pay for cable? And I don't still
Right.
understand that. Well, because you are paying for the internet, so you don't really need that. It's like a home phone, though. Do you know
That's
anybody who
all I
still has
have.
a landline?
I have a landline because if the power goes out, then I don't have a phone.
Damn, Jesus.
But they try to steal
Who
my
do you
phone
need to
from
call when the power goes out?
me. The power generator is down here, so if the power goes out for me, I'm the first place they fix.
You're like, if the power goes out, I really want to call someone.
Well, no, like if there's an axe, like if a tree lands on my cabin, or I don't know, rips the phone line out of my house, or I don't know.
That's not going to help. You're going to be fucked still. Your phone line's gone.
I've been hit by lightning. Well, not the cabin, but trees next to me have been hit by lightning, and it fried 2 of my phones.
I don't know what I was watching, but it said something like, oh, it was about shark attacks and how you're like more likely to have somebody in your town that's been struck by lightning once or twice than shark attack. Like literally, if you're afraid of a shark attack and at all, you're probably retarded, it turns out.
Yes.
Because there's so much other shit that can kill you way easier, like lightning.
It's crown of thorns, man. More people step on those and die on a beach. That's what I'd be worried about.
A
That and
crown of
jellyfish.
thorns.
Yeah, it's like a super deadly fish
Oh,
that like
do they
sits
have
on
them
the bottom.
everywhere?
No, just in like tropical spots. They're crazy
Mm.
deadly. Or I think maybe not dead. They can kill you, but you can. Yeah, they're bad.
The internet's like, that thing on Jesus's head? No, I need a plant.
And stonefish
fish, I
sit on
mean.
the bottom at the beach, and you just walk and step on them, and oh yeah, it's bad.
It looks like a. Is
Sharks
it
are
this?
the least of my worries.
That's what it is?
Yeah. It just sits there. It doesn't move. Like it's just like an inchworm. It just barely like.
How deep is
moseys
it?
It's where you wade, like you up to your waist. So when you're walking around or anywhere, you can just step on it accidentally.
This is the mystery of one of the most efficient eating and breeding machines in nature. This starfish, which I wouldn't have guessed, eats only one thing: coral. They're destroying the
See, it's
coral
not plastics.
reef.
It's these fucking things.
It's
Blaming
these
global
fucking
warming.
things.
It's these.
We should do a thing about the plastics, and like a little episode
Canada
where
got
we talk
plastic
about
straws back. Supreme Court ruled in our favor.
Congratulations.
You now don't have to eat hot chili with a fucking paper spoon.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well that's that. I love this little guy. A starfish that eats coral. Wait, it
Yeah,
has
he's
already
pretty
reached
dangerous.
uncontrollable numbers over a large part of the Great Barrier Reef. Also under impact from global warming and coral bleaching, not the same as anal bleaching. This diverse and delicate reef ecosystem is under extreme pressure. SWAT teams of divers. I fucking hate whoever wrote this right now. Try to keep ahead of the plague through poisoning. That sounds like our SWAT team of government. They try to keep ahead of the plague through poisoning.
They're
Just take
rescuing
your booster
these
shot,
things
you
to
little
eat the coral,
starfish.
and then putting them places to eat the coral.
SWAT teams? What the fuck does SWAT stand for? Maybe I'm the idiot.
It's probably like scuba, water, aqua team, or something stupid.
SWAT. Special Weapons and Tactics. I knew I hated them for a reason. The SWAT team went down. Can you imagine? You're like, I'm on the SWAT team, sweetie. Give me a kiss. I gotta go in for work. And he leaves with his fucking flippers on. He's just Scuba Steve on the way out.
His flippers and his goggles.
Dude, you're not on the SWAT team. You're a fucking fisherman.
I am, so technically I am.
Okay, well, anyways, I do love this little fish. Now, you probably can't actually step on these, right? It sounds like they're near the coral, and that's not like on the beach.
Oh no, people step on them all the time. It's one of like the major dangers on beaches.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought coral was like into the water and shit. I don't know anything about marine.
Now, coral needs be light enough or close enough to the surface to get sunlight.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, because it's a plant. It's like alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
and all the fish hide in there, and then it brings the
I
bigger
still
fish.
wouldn't say SWAT for a diver, so I'm not as dumb as this fucking guy. Okay. Inappropriately said you here still. I'm glad you did.
Inappropriately said,
Is
do
it
you know that the cinnamon we eat today is like 90% not real cinnamon? It's
What
a
do you mean? It's all
cinnamon.
GMO?
No, it's a fake. It's a cinnamon substitute that's cheaper, but they just tell people it's cinnamon.
What?
99% of people would never know the difference. It's just yeah.
Are you? How do you know? Wait, is cinnamon? Wait.
Look up
What is
fakes. What is cinnamon that you buy? It's not real cinnamon. It's called something
store-bought?
else.
What is store-bought cinnamon?
Yeah.
Cinnamon is one of those words that I don't actually always know how to spell.
That's what I tell people who want to quit smoking cigarettes, is just to get a cinnamon stick and suck on it and just keep it in their fingers, because it's the habit of having something in your hand is what they're addicted to.
That,
So you
okay,
just
you have
pretend
to.
like you're puffing your cinnamon stick, and it keeps your hand active and busy. Is your cinnamon real? Yeah, there you go.
Your cinnamon real. Ah, cinnamon. I sprinkle it into my morning coffee, whip it into delicious homemade ice creams, and even stir it into savory Indian dishes at dinner time. A lot of folks have made a hubbub about whether or not your cinnamon is real. Their claim is that Ceylon cinnamon
Yes.
is the only true cinnamon, and that cassia or Saigon cinnamon is fake. They are missing the point. The truth is, both belong to the same family of plants and even the same genus, Cinnamon. Cinnamon. And both are similar, although the taste is somewhat different. That said, I
so
do
they're
believe
not
there's
similar.
a such thing as fake cinnamon, but Nova can't read past a headline.
They don't taste the same, but they're not similar. Come on now.
They're both cinnamon.
But they don't taste the same, so then they don't taste the same.
Does that make a difference between what you didn't? You said it's fake cinnamon. The fact is, it's real cinnamon with a different flavor. See, this kid, he's going to bring out some fake cinnamon to show us, or it's in some book, probably. What's that guy that writes the death of Jesus? The death of. Damn it! That would have been a great joke. I fucked it up.
Yes, you did. What was it?
Who wrote this book? What are you here to show us?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I had a telemarketer call.
Oh, I thought you were going to get proof that you weren't a liar.
For what?
Cinnamon is real.
It is real, but what we're eating isn't real cinnamon. It's just a cinnamon-like.
Do you still feel that way after I just read this to you?
They just said they taste different.
It said it. No, I think you said that. It said they're from the same plant.
And
a
then
lot of folks,
although they taste different from each other,
they're the same. It's not fake. It's real. They're missing the point. They belong to the same family and even the same genus. Both thought to taste somewhat different. Okay. They're the same. They're still real cinnamon.
Ragweed is from the same genus as cannabis. Are you going to smoke ragweed?
Probably. I mean, if nobody tell me the difference. Oh, wait, I should keep reading. Look how little this thing is right here. This means it's a longer article. I did what you did.
Oh.
What makes cinnamon fake? It's all about whether it's fresh and how it's processed. So you see, most powdered cinnamon that you buy at the store manufactured with an industrial grinding process, which tends to dilute the value of nutrients contained in the plant. Oh, cinnamon, of course, is the wood or bark of the plant, which is ground up in order to consume, and its nutrients are found in the oils. So when they say it's the same plant, that's why it matters, because it's the bark of the same family of plants. It's not the same plant. Okay.
Like so pumpkins and squash are from the same family, but they're not the same plant. I'm
not going to believe that. I'm just going to out of hand not believe that. It just goes stale. I didn't know any of this stuff. As a matter of fact, don't eat at my house because I just use it until it's gone.
Fresh anything is just better. That's just dumb.
I agree. But have you ever tried to fuck with vanilla? Fresh vanilla?
No.
That'll turn you off of vanilla forever. It's gross. It's like this rotten little stick that's...
Do you know people drink vanilla? when they're alcoholics if they can't get alcohol.
Wait, we have a medic in the house. Tell me if that's true, medic.
No, it's true.
What do they-
My mom used to work for the welfare department, and they had lists of things at the grocery store they weren't allowed to buy: mouthwash, pure vanilla. What else was it? Hand sanitizer.
Could we get drunk on vanilla shots?
Yes, pure
I want
vanilla.
to do it. Could you die?
Probably.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking.
It's probably
you.
not
I didn't mean-
healthy. You don't see too many people just drinking vanilla.
Yeah, well, vanilla shots.
I can't imagine that would taste good at all.
Let's see. Can vanilla
Oh,
shots.
I can just imagine how, because it's so strong, just pouring like a teaspoon for cookies and stuff. You're like, woo, that's potent.
The internet's not helping. I gotta pee really bad. Do you feel like sticking around for a little longer? Or you want to wrap this up?
It's up to you. Are we out of material?
We're out of
or-
things to talk about. I was gonna figure out if I could get drunk on vanilla, if it would kill me or not. That's it. Vanilla
sure she
extract
must
is like 90% alcohol. That's better than White Claw.
Yeah, what's the calorie content though?
Shit, I don't even care. I need some calories.
Oh, hey, a Coke mixed with vanilla.
Gross. I hate vanilla and Coke. Coke is sweet enough. If you put vanilla in there, you're a fucking psychopath. You deserve to lose your feet.
Didn't you guys invent vanilla Coke?
I don't say you guys. I don't have shit to do with that.
America?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's gross though. Vanilla Dr. Pepper is not the worst, but it's still, there's like that sweetness that doesn't make sense to me. I want to be more like a little refreshed or something.
Have you ever had a London fog tea?
No, never heard of that.
It's really good. They used steeped milk with vanilla, and it's sweet without sugar.
I've never added a tea, like a milk or cream or anything like that to my tea. And last week we talked about it, and I thought about doing it a couple times, but I don't drink tea. Next time I drink tea, I'm gonna do it like I do my coffee and see if I love it.
If you go out and you can find a place that makes London fog, get one. You won't.
Sounds
It's
yummy.
great.
I love fog, and London sounds pretty dope. Actually, London doesn't fucking sound dope. Bunch of
Jack
terrorism
the
and shit.
Rippers.
Who?
Jack the Rippers.
Yeah, right? Fuck London. I'm out.
Bad teeth.
I don't even mind that part, but as far as like getting stabbed, I'm pretty sure some fucking nanny in London like beheaded a baby and like cut off its hands and shit and like held them up on the sidewalk and was like, fucking whatever her Allahu Akbar.
It's like LA every other Saturday, isn't it?
Negative. That's just what the news wants you to think. Media Matters has ruined you.
Elon hasn't bought it yet. Give it a bit.
Vicky says, I love fresh vanilla. I don't. I'm not a big. I don't think I care about the stuff that's fresh. or
I like
not.
it vanilla in things. Homemade vanilla ice cream's really good.
Whenever I would talk about pancakes, one of our friends would say, add vanilla, add vanilla. I add maple because
Okay.
I want the maple extract flavor, but
Yeah.
not too much of the syrup on there. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get the right thing without
Do
the
you
syrup.
do maple syrup or corn syrup?
Maple. Oh wait,
Real
maple.
real maple or
No.
Aunt Jemima?
Jemima, but yeah.
That's still corn. Yeah, it's corn.
Oh, is
based.
it?
I think so.
Okay, well then that. I was thinking. I thought you were asking.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know what I thought
corn
you were
syrup,
asking.
and then there's maple syrup, but I think it's all made from corn, whereas
Oh.
maple's made from maple
Real
trees.
maple is gross. It's
Blasphemy.
fucking gross. There's
Blasphemy.
no sweet in it.
It's so good.
It's really not. Fucking gross.
It's so expensive.
I know, and I thought I was doing the right thing. I was like, I'm gonna buy it because it must be better. And it's in the fridge. It's full. Fuck all that. It's gross.
Maybe you got a bad batch. Is it American maple syrup? There's your problem.
I could look, but I think it's just maple, and maple's gross. I like high fructose on my
I
pancakes.
don't think. I highly doubt we put spaghetti, maple syrup in spaghetti.
Yeah, and Elf we do. One of my relatives on Thanksgiving, she was talking about somebody made a peanut butter maple pie, and it was really good, but it had too much maple. And
Yeah, you
there's
can
one girl who
overdo
could really, really cook. Like she's fucking amazing. And then there's another girl who's just really there to help. And the one that was just there to help was tasked with the peanut butter maple. And so when she walked away, the girl who can cook, she's like, I feel like she just added too much maple. And the mom, she's like, yeah, she told me that it called for a half a teaspoon of maple, and so she just added what was left because there wasn't that much in the in the thing.
Oh, no,
And the
it's
girl who
concentrate.
can cook, she said, really, vanilla's the only thing you can measure with your soul. And I was like, wow, that's some cooker shit. But that's funny, right?
Yeah.
Vanilla doesn't, you can go hard and people don't
Can
necessarily
you
like it.
grow vanilla?
Yeah.
Like, how big
Haven't
of
you
a
seen a
plant
real
is it?
vanilla? I'm gonna look it up. I don't know if I could grow vanilla, but it had me grown.
Is it like a pea pod?
Kind of like that. It's like this. Here it is.
And then there's what? Isn't
These are
saffron like
the
one of the most
beans.
expensive ones?
Saffron is good. Again, I don't know how to use it. You should see how it comes.
I think
Like,
it's crazy expensive too, though. Like,
it is. It's in the container, and then in the container it's in another container. I'm like,
yeah, it can't touch
did I miss the
oxygen.
warnings on this shit?
Yeah, once it touches oxygen, it's all over.
Is that true?
I assume
don't-
that's why it's in a container.
No, I just don't think they want them to break. Have you seen them? Like
I've never tasted it. I've only seen it on YouTube videos. I don't know
is it-
why it's so expensive. Like, what does it taste like? Heaven
I don't
for
know.
that
Should I
price?
taste it? I'm gonna go get one. I'm gonna taste it. No, it's not that expensive. Heaven got to be way more expensive than that.
Chat,
pee
have you
while I'm
guys
done,
had
you guys.
saffron? Has anybody in chat tasted saffron? Because I have no clue. I don't even know what you put it on. Is it like for salads? Is it for steaks? What do you do with saffron? Is it a chili? And how big is a vanilla bean tree? Because those look like beans. I don't know if they are, but I think you break the pods open and get the seeds out, I think. But if it's a plant, can I grow it in my house like you would grow tomatoes under a UV lamp? Indian dishes. Okay, perfect. All right, now I got a palette for that. Yeah. The best, this is, I think I told Divinity this before. The best pizza I ever had was in Scotland. And it was by an Indian dude and a chippy. And we walked in and I was looking at the board trying to figure out what I want. And he's like, what can I get you? I said, I don't know yet. And he goes, Canadian? I said, yes. He said, I cook you pizza. I'm like, what? Anyway, he just made a pizza. It was, instead of a tomato paste, it was a curry paste and it had sweet corn on it. It was the best pizza I ever had in my life. I bought them like every week. I was getting one of these curry ass pizzas. It was so good.
Gross. So it's in a jar.
Okay. Are you gonna take like a big bite of it or what? What are you doing?
Now that fucking chat says it's in curry, I don't even want to open it.
Have you done the cinnamon challenge? Have you seen that stupidness?
Oh, I didn't expect this. I thought it was going to be sweet.
What's it smell like?
Like a pile of sticks that got rained on.
So nothing that you'd want to be like,
A little, I guess it's a little peppery.
Okay, that's a good descriptor.
What, a pile of sticks? You never tasted that? Should I
No,
eat
no.
a bunch of it?
I have no idea. If it's like the cinnamon challenge, is it spicy? Is it a spicy? Because there's a spicy curry.
Vanilla beans are grown on an orchid. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think you could grow them in your house under UV.
Spice derived from orchids. Smarty pants. Good to see you, witchy bish.
You could grow some right behind you there. As soon as Christmas is over, buy a little vanilla tree and start
The
growing.
first thing I'm going to buy is a French fry ketchup tree. I got to grow it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to graft one of those. Yeah. Potatoes and tomatoes. I'm kind of nervous about this. Do you see?
I do a nibble before a bite, and then you can try a bite if a nibble doesn't kill you.
What if I don't? See, this is about how much I have. Can you see this?
I see. Oh, yeah. We have it logged in case we have to call the ambulance.
Is there a medic in the house? Medic, could you get in here and let me know if this is bad? Best curries in the UK. My sister lives in Arcata, California. It's far up north. It's very, very far up north. And they have a place that she says is the best curry. Like, she would rant and rave about it, but like everywhere in a stoner town, they like shut down for the winter and then they shut down for the summer and they're just not in business because they're in Costa Rica and some shit. But one time I went there and she went and she got the curry and she brings it home and I'm like kind of grossed out by everything about it. And there's these chunks in it and I was like, what is this? And it was tofu. Like,
Oh
okay,
no, I think that's blasphemy.
I'm out. Blech. Not a big fan of it.
That's almost assault to give someone tofu and not tell them.
This shit is gonna get stuck in my teeth forever.
Hopefully it tastes good then.
It doesn't taste good. It tastes like an old sock. It almost tastes like I ate a piece of wood that had paint on it. Blech.
So where's the money from? How do they justify the price?
It must be really hard to get or something. I'm like, ugh.
But if it has no palatable enjoyment,
Well, raw, but in food, it would definitely give it a flavor. I wonder if I like. There's definitely something. I still I could still taste it when I breathe out.
it's stuck there now, chat.
Dude, I went to an Indian place with I used to be an assistant to this lady. And we went to some fucking places. One Indian place, when we left, there was like a dish with spices on it, breath mints to take on your way out. If you ever wonder why Indians have a smell to them, it's because they breath mints is made out of fucking sticks and shit. Like, what is this? I really don't know if Indians have a smell to them, but after that experience, I would assume.
If you eat curry, you have a smell to you, and that's 90% of an Indian's diet. So if I eat curry, if we eat garlic, if we eat curry, so yes, we do. It's not a stereotype; it's a fact. White people who live in India will smell like curry.
I had a Colombian roommate, so he like argued with me about dumb shit. He was like one of the dumbest people, but he smelled like fried food nonstop. He fried everything. So
yeah, man.
Colombians
Some people
have
that's all they know how to cook. Or if you're poor, you can't afford electricity or a gas stove, so the only thing you can do is a little wood fire and deep fry everything.
That's really gross. I don't recommend saffron.
No. Oh, that was a question I had. What does saffron go on for a dish? Just curry?
Oh wow. Oh no, that's how it shows up.
Those little red petals.
No
of
wonder it
saffron.
smells like a pile of stick or tastes like a pile of sticks.
Look right underneath it. Yeah. Dogs peeing on it.
Plucked from a crocus flower and dried.
$5,000 a kilogram. It'd take you fucking 2 months to get a kilogram. Look how much you pick.
Oh my god, I should grow these flowers.
That's what I'm saying.
Saffron.
That's higher profits than weed. Just think, if you got some access to high-end restaurants in LA, you can grow
coloring. It says seasoning and coloring agent, so it has a couple uses.
Okay, so it's a dye more than a spice.
Well, it doesn't say like don't just eat it. Oh, those are so cute. They're like little
onions with the flower. Yeah. See, this is a way better cash crop than weed. How come people aren't doing this?
Because no one wants to fuck with this.
Well, if it's $5,000 a kilogram, someone's buying it.
Labor-intensive harvesting methods that require 440,000 hand-picked saffron stigmas per kilogram.
You got kids, put them to work.
That's like once everyone wants to grow weed and smoke weed, but they don't want to do the trimming.
Do the work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. After your first trimming, you're like, this wasn't such a fun idea.
Yeah. 10 pounds in, you're like, fuck this. And you're like, yeah, that's
right. The idea is great until the action.
40 hours of labor are required to pick 150,000 flowers, and you need 4 times that in order to get the kilogram.
Can you look up like a field of them? What they'd probably look like a Japanese. I'm picturing like a Japanese field of them in my mind, like orchid style.
Let me see if I can find one.
You'd have to have like rows and rows of them, man, like acreage for that many.
I typed in saffron crocus field.
Oh, it's like a wildflower.
Saffron field.
It's just like a wildflower.
Yeah. Or they're not very tall, so they almost, how like lilies on a pond, they're not very tall.
Yep.
They just poke out like that. It kind of reminds me of this. Oh, there you go. Look at that. That's fucking dope.
There's your mass horticulture. That's wild.
I love the way that looks.
Very Easterish.
It's very Easter. Yeah, I love this. I wonder if people use saffron for their wedding flowers. Maybe not.
They're
Because
very Hawaiian looking.
Yeah, they have a hibiscus look to them. And hibiscus you eat too, right? Do we eat all flowers?
You can eat roses. I know that, rose petals. Not that they taste good.
Yeah, I love the way that this red and
Oh,
purple
the
looks
bright
together.
bottom one, a little bit lower, super bright purple.
This. Yeah. Look that. This is how you have to harvest.
Oh man, could you imagine picking those out?
Mm-mm. I just can't imagine how many flowers are in here. They each only have 3. How much
You
is
got
this?
one flower.
I have
I wonder if you put it in
0.06.
water, because they said it's a coloring agent. Could you like put it in water in a
Good
tea and make it like
question.
turn bright red or something?
That's a good question. Oh God, it just smells like nature. It smells awful for the price.
I wonder,
not a
maybe
big
yours
fan.
just went bad after so long. Who knows?
What? I guess. Where's the expiration?
Next time I go to the grocery store, I'll see if we have any here, and I'll just open it and smell it.
It says it's prized for its color and flavor. To use, steep crushed strands in a little hot water before adding both to recipe. Essential in Paella, Paella. What's that?
Don't know that one.
It doesn't tell me it expires, just does it? It's good forever.
Yeah, so probably like a bright dye.
Yeah, that would be cool. When I leave out of here, I'll put some in water and see what happens to it. I'll report back. If you remember to ask me, I'll report back.
I wonder if you drank it, if your teeth would all go red though.
Oh, that's a good question. I just ate a bunch. Let me check. Seems like no.
Safe? We're safe.
That I didn't steep them, so maybe they didn't have a chance to like.
Leach out. That's true.
Mm-hmm. That part. I finally don't taste it anymore. Correction. I think
Unless it has like an aftertaste.
Are you guys talking about me having to use the restroom? I did go to the bathroom.
No,
when
I
went to
wasn't.
get this
Chat
out.
might have been.
I thought Divinity had to pee like 10 minutes ago. I did, and I did pee. When I did a sibling revelry show, I drank so much coffee that I think I could have died. I could have actually died of like holding your pee for too long.
That's why you're sitting there so still. It's not that you didn't want to talk; you just couldn't move.
Was I a statue? There was a couple times when I was shaking my leg, and I was like, "Oh, shake it the other way," because if you shake it one way, your whole body moves around like a retard. But if you shake it a different way, you just kind of chill. I learned a lot of stuff.
Just giving yourself a vibrating chair.
Hey, I have one of them.
I wish.
You wish?
A vibrating chair. The only one I ever sat in, we had to pay $1 at the mall. But it was great.
Well, I think we are done here. Tomorrow we'll talk about. Let me pull up this book. Tomorrow is the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Chapter 6, 5, 6,
4, I think.
4.
I believe it's some. Let's look. Oh, I was there already. We've done Don't Try, Happiness is a Problem, You're Not Special, The Value of Suffering.
That's where we're at, yeah.
So that'll be fun.
I think you must suffer. I think you must suffer.
Must suffer. Get on your knees and suffer for better life. Eat bugs and suffer. We'll love. All right, so
I will not eat bugs.
I'm looking forward to this tomorrow. The value of suffering. I've noticed I've been coming back to these chapters a lot when I talk. I don't know if it's because it's just the first thing on my mind. It's the easiest with the examples that he gives to like reference.
Yeah.
But over the last, when I'm talking to people, so Thanksgiving and then on Saturday with sibling revelry, like I've noticed that this stuff is actually getting through and it's helping me give somebody a place where I got the information. So if they're curious, they can go read it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. No, someone I know that watches the show said the same, like messaged me directly. He's like, hey, what you guys are saying is resonating. I was like, oh, cool. Good.
Oh, I love that. That's some feedback. That's the feedback loop from hell I'd like to get into. All right. So tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, y'all, we are going to
Suffer
chapter
with
4.
me. Yes.
If you're here and you haven't followed this channel, you should.
Now you know.
Yeah, come hang out with us tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we got last week was kind of a mess for me. Unwanted drama, unscheduled show, holiday, and an appearance on another show. So it was, for me, last week was just a mental
Whirlwind.
mess. I don't even know how I got through. And so this week, I think we're back on schedule. We're good to go. So thank you for hanging out with us. Squab, Sibreb, job well done. I see you got Vicky. You're still in chat. Thanks for spending your morning with us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll
Peace.
see you next time. Peace out.